Welcome back to Goblets and Warlocks. This is our Icewind Dale campaign. Everybody was running late tonight. I would like to say I was here on time. Certain people were super late. One of our players is having also internet issues, so hopefully he's going to try to reconnect here soon. So that's why you see a holder in his spot. Thank you for coming back. We've been 2 weeks off. Hope everybody enjoyed the holiday, 4th of July. Everybody had plans with their families and stuff. Twitch is now officially rebranded to the official name Goblets and Warlocks. It was Goblets Warlocks because when I initially made an account on another account, it was Goblets and Warlocks, but I had to wait for that name to get released again to reuse it again. So we're finally to the original name it's supposed to be. How's the audio? Testing audio. Audio good. We don't sound like robots, do we? No, we're good. All right, sweet. Exclamation point merch. If you'd like to go to our merch store and get some official merch. There's hoodies, t-shirts. There's some ones for each of the characters in the Descendant of Avernus campaign, and I've added a green logo. So the green version of this, I really like it. It's pretty sick. Also in the Discord for like 3 or 4 more days, giving away these red dice. Come in a nice little red baggie. You still have a chance to enter in it, so you can enter it by reacting to the ta-da emoji. And you can go to our Discord, exclamation point Discord down in the chat. Type that in. You can join our Discord. Go enter in to win that. And if you're watching on YouTube, links down to the Discord. If the giveaway is not happening, I do giveaways every month. So if you miss this month's, don't worry. I'll be doing another one for what's next month? August. I will not be doing one for September or October, as I'll be moving to another state. I'm moving back to Virginia next duty location, so it's fine. Thank you, Adrian Von Ziegler, for all your lovely music. Be using it out through all my campaigns. So somebody officially wants to sponsor us, but other than that, it's great. Links to my YouTube if you're watching live, and links to my Twitch if you're watching on YouTube and you want to come join us on the live stream and affect the stream. I have some rewards set up for you. So the rewards are new follower gets a D4 to any player of their choice. New subscriber give advantage roll to the DM or any player of their choice. And then once you start gifting subs, you want to get the sub gives a greater potion of healing. Then every 5 subs, 10, it goes up by 5. You start rolling off dice table or magic tables. Every 100, if you do go crazy, 100 gifted subs, we love you very much. But please don't do that. But if you do, everybody in the players get a wish spell. Every 500 bits grants a reroll to a player of choice. That's where the reroll was. We were talking about it before stream. I was trying to remember which one it was. But yeah, those how you can affect the stream while you're watching the stream live. So if you're watching on YouTube, come join us on our Twitch channel, and we play Icewind Dale on Mondays, and we do the same thing for every other Saturday for Descendant of Avernus. With that being said, I think that's all the announcements that we have right now. We're going to be starting a new podcast. We have yet to decide the name of the podcast, so keep that in mind. Probably be happening sometime in October or November. So, and my 2 lovely players here will be joining me for this, Doros and Graves, and then we'll bring on special guests every now and then. So, that being said, let's go ahead and get into tonight's episode, shall we? So, grab your goblet, sit back, and relax.
Did you really think that you could just fix it like that? Coming over here, trying to feed me your version of fact.
And welcome back. All right, Raymond, would you like to lead us into tonight's recap?
Not really, but I'll do it because hey. So let's see. 2 weeks ago, what were we doing? Oh, we just finished a battle, and then we were talking on top of the mountain, and then we made the long hike down the mountain. And let me tell you, I've never been so sick of the phrase. Are we there yet? Never been so sick of that phrase before in my life. Thank you guys for making me sick of that phrase. Much love. We get down to the wagon. The bears are still surprisingly alive. They killed some more little demon devil fiend thingies. I said fiend. No need to be corrected. Let's see. Then our two, I think both clerics healed them. Yeah. You guys did heal the bears, right?
Yeah, but Graves had to like super heal them.
Oh, that's right.
They were like
I just informed the party that they were cursed. It was more of a curse than anything else.
Anyways, so they healed the bears. Then we set up camp for the night. And then people went through watches. And then Graves and I went through a watch. And there was a bear. Not just any bear, an owl bear. And instead of fighting the dang thing, we decided to make it our friend. Which was fun. And it worked. It's our friend now. So then we went traveling. And we started hiking up towards this big fortress place thingy. Where we ran into a lady with a kobold. Or two kobolds. And they're in charge of the bears and owl bears, and we're gonna go help her do something. And right as we agreed to do that, this big metal dragon thing flew out of this big fortress-looking thing. That was great. There was a big argument, and now we're on our way back to the 10 towns. Did I miss anything?
No.
Sounds about right.
All right, you're on. Y'all remember her name?
I do not remember her.
Is it
In 2
Marple?
weeks.
Codicil or is it Valerie?
Oh, and I warned my mom that the dragon was coming with the sending stone.
Her name is Volwyn Harpill.
Arpil. I was close.
Volwyn Harpill. She had ordered her kobolds off to take care of your cart and your bears and the owl bear. Hopefully the owl bear, hope they know how to feed the owl bear. We'll see what happens whenever y'all get back. If y'all do get back. See if they're still there. We don't know. You're kobolds. As y'all heading back down the mountain. Let's get some better music for this. There's 3 carts. There's plenty of room now. She ordered the kobolds out. You're coming down the mountain. What would y'all like to do? Talk about whatever. Because you're racing down the mountain right now. It's going to take about approximately 5 hours. Where y'all headed to again? Bryn Shander?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the closest town.
No, that wasn't the closest, I don't think.
Is that right?
No,
We were heading to East Haven.
No, we're headed to Bryn Shander because we think that that's where the metal dragon is going to
that's
attack.
where she suggested. I don't know if I thought y'all agreed to that.
Yeah.
You still have
That's
time to
where we're
change your
going.
mind
That's
which
where we're
way you want to go, but
If everyone says Bryn Shander, we'll go to Bryn Shander. Or I'm okay with going to Bryn Shander at least.
right now
Okay.
it'll take approximately, because you're on sled, so travel is a little bit quicker. Otherwise, it'd be like 10 hours to get back to Bryn Shander. So it'll take approximately about 5 hours to get back to Bryn Shander.
Yeah. All
Preference?
right.
Never heard of this band.
What?
Huh?
Sebastian's whispers are a little bit more audible now.
You can hear them too?
No, I was just trying to make you feel better.
It's okay. Maybe your ears are broken.
I am old.
I didn't want to say anything.
It's okay.
Are any of the kobolds
Sorry, this
coming with
music's
us?
too hype for this situation. What?
The what?
Were any of the kobolds coming with us, or were they all just like relegated to their?
She kicked them all out.
You sound
Okay.
far away, Solanus. I think your mic's up.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, she had
She had 4 kobolds. 2 of them look different.
Yeah. So she has 6 total kobolds. 2 of them looked more deader than the others.
Deader?
More deader.
Like exhausted
I don't think you said that last time.
or decayed?
Yeah, I don't remember the whole dead thing.
Yeah,
I
you
remember
just said they
bigger.
look different.
I
Yeah.
remember bigger, not deader.
Well, now that you're
Oh.
closer, you can smell them.
They're not.
I
with us,
thought
no.
he said deader. I thought that's what he said. My bad.
Wait, he didn't say deader?
Who is proficient in Arcana?
I'm proficient in everything.
Not me.
I'm talking about
I feel like I
hard
am.
proficient in Arcana.
You're half
doing?
proficient,
I am.
JR.
I think that counts.
No.
Actually, I
That's
think
for
I'm
something.
actually proficient in Arcana.
Jack of all trades do not count towards this.
I am proficient.
All right, y'all can roll me Arcana checks. As y'all going down the mountain, you think of these 2 kobolds.
Ah, nat
21?
20. 25.
Huh? What did the dwarves
Nat
get?
20 for 25, though.
16.
1.
Yeah, I want 2 turbo. The kobolds look like zombies. Zombie versions of kobolds.
I am actually proficient in Arcana, and I got a 21. Full
Hey,
proficient.
21 team.
You know the same stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, I'm special. So there.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Are we on the short sled?
no, they're all equal sized sleds.
Sorry.
My nose.
My God.
Anyway. don't
We
worry, that's
apologize
fine.
if that offended anybody out there, okay?
Don't.
Anyway. What would you like to talk about? You got 5 hours to kill, or we can just bootleg it real quick.
I imagine
mean-
this is a very serious situation, so we're bootlegging it. Silent.
Yeah.
I would
Preparing
assume.
for
I mean, y'all
battle.
had a massive argument at the end of the last session, if y'all recall. She conveniently left out, but
Another
think
reason
we-
to be silent.
Yeah, silent.
I did not
Because
do
you got
that.
Agreed. right now.
I hit on the argument. Remy just has nothing to say to these fuckers.
fine, I'll do it. Oh, by the way,
Oh, I
that's-
have a quick question.
to me,
Yes.
What?
Have we had a long rest since
No.
we first met the owl bear?
We were in the middle. We finished long rest right before the owlbear.
yeah, everybody should be at full.
Yeah.
We were sleeping, and then we went out to talk to the owlbear.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
yeah,
like
don't
an.
forget your 10 points too.
Yeah. So
Don't forget
I've
your
used
10
up-
hit points for your blessing.
I've used up half my bardic inspiration. So.
Oh right, yeah, you did that.
Oh, yeah, I forget something.
Well, we're in a 5-hour ride. You could take a short rest. Don't you get those back on short rest, or is that long rest? for bards?
When you're at
Well, I
level
need 2
5,
people
and I'm
to
only
be
level
driving. The
3.
2 people driving will not be able to take a short rest.
I can drive.
I can drive.
All right. I mean, animal handling chat says these massive dogs are pulling the sleds.
Can I give guidance to one of them?
Wait,
Whichever cart you're in with. So let's establish this. Who's in what
Natural
cart?
20 plus 8, 28.
Damn.
So who's in what cart? And who's in the
left
cart with
one.
her?
How many people per cart?
How many we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So
Okay, counting her.
you probably hold up the 4 mats.
Okay.
And one
Hey.
of them has her. She's only her, or is it?
It's just her. So who else is in the cart with her?
Well, I'm driving, and TFO is driving,
Mm-hmm.
so we're in separate carts.
Can't
I'll
pull
be
it.
in
I
the
would-
cart with the lady.
There.
I would probably.
Graves.
I'd be with
I'll
TFO.
be with TFO.
Okay.
All right, so I have Remy and Solanas then.
Yeah, because Remy is least likely to threaten to stab Solanas.
I
Perfect.
have calm emotions prepped just in case.
So Solanas, you gave
I
a
gave Graves the guidance.
guidance. Did you roll with guidance?
I rolled a 22. Do I need to roll a guidance?
Of course.
Yes.
Roll that D4.
Yeah.
I
You
got
might
you.
need it.
23.
You might need it.
That's a 4, so that's
Ow.
26.
26 and a 28, correct? Let me roll for her.
Do we like? Oh, I can't say that. Do we,
Oh,
like,
she rolled a
racing
natural
movie
20.
Drift around her. Oh fuck! Never mind.
She
Well, TFO
rolled.
got a nat 20 as well.
Yeah, I know. So, Valolan How do you say goddamn name? Like it's spelled
Lauren?
different than how it's supposed to sound.
We'll call her Val for now. How about Val?
No, it is Bolin Harpill.
I'm gonna
Bolin.
call her Val.
Well, Bolin is just like, and she has an eye patch gray. So I don't know if you have sentimental towards it or not.
Ah, I
That
like
is
her already.
Yeah,
Kinda
she's very old. She has white hair. If y'all remember correctly, she says she's wants help with the quest. She didn't really go into much details because y'all are pressed to chase after this mechanical dragon is headed certainly to destroy the 10 towns. And
As Graves is writing them, he's like watching the cart in front of her, which is I imagine in front of him is her. He's just watching.
no,
her
she's
as
in
they're-
behind. She's following you guys.
Ah, okay, even interesting. All right.
So.
We're fucked.
So she says to JR, "It's been a while since I've seen you."
Has Bate seen her before, or who did she, or not?
She's seen you out in your like she knows of you. She's seen you around town.
But does Bate know her, or does one of his other personalities know her?
I'll let you roll with that. Let it be your call.
Okay. Are you talking to me?
Yeah. What are you doing with this group? You never leave your jail cell.
Oh, I remember. You give the best scraps. Remember that time when you had, I think it was a piece of lamb. Nobody ever gives me meat. That was amazing. Thank you so much. Oh, they like lamb too.
I think you're getting me confused with somebody else, which it happens all the time.
Yeah, well, I guess it was time to leave.
So what are you doing with these rat-tat people?
Well, I've never been an assassin before, and I'm not necessarily ready to be an assassin, but it seemed like a good opportunity to get out and do something new. And it sounds like they need a lot of help.
Interesting, because I heard y'all like settled. You're supposed some corrupt leaders in town and doing all this good work. Just hoping to find you guys so you can help me with my mission.
Oh, really? You have some corrupt leaders that you want them to assassinate too? I mean, they didn't assassinate the last ones. They just punched them, but...
I won't call them leaders.
Who are they?
Let's just take care of this more prominent problem and save the 10 towns. And then and if y'all still up for it, we can talk about it afterwards.
I think they'll definitely be up for it. They love killing things.
I hope so, because lives depend on it.
I might have to let Sebastian do that one. I'm not very good at killing anything.
But you are Sebastian.
Well, yes and no. Mostly no.
She looks at you and gives a grin. Does anybody else want to talk or do anything while you're in your separate carts?
Graves is quiet unless somebody talks to him.
All
He's just
right.
focusing on driving.
Keeping an eye out, making sure, because I kind of took a neutral stance, so
Actually,
keeping it easy.
he will talk to Solanus.
Oh,
Solanus, keep an eye on the cop behind us. I'm not quite sure what this woman is about yet.
what's your concern?
Reasoning?
sir?
The reasoning is that she had undead with her. And we don't know her. And what is the chance that somebody just randomly happened to appear right by the fortress as we got there?
Well,
He's not looking at you. He's speaking very calmly as he's writing. They're
I'm
just
kind of
concerns.
glancing back and forth, and I'll peer over to him and say, "Have you ever heard of this book that she's looking for?"
Don't you
Did she
worry, I'm
name it?
behind you.
Did she say a book name?
Yeah, what is she looking for?
I don't remember her
Something
saying
of
the white.
Codicil of the White?
Yes.
Codex of the White?
Can I make a history check? I read a lot of books.
Definitely not a book.
Ah, okay. I didn't know. I didn't hear that she was looking for a book anyway.
I heard she was looking for a book. Maybe I misheard that. She's looking for something.
Did she say what she was
I
looking
mean-
for?
for a book.
Yeah, it is a book. Sorry.
Okay.
So can I make like a check, a history check, to see if I know about this book or have read about this book and another book? Bookception.
It's gonna be a high DC, but go ahead.
Gotcha.
Exception.
Bookception. That will be 24.
Ooh.
You feel like you've read it somewhere, but you just can't place it.
It sounds familiar, but it's not ringing a bell, unfortunately. But then again, I haven't been to this area before, so it could be something local. Whatever she's looking for, we need to be wary of. We need to be wary of her as well. Don't make it obvious, just keep an eye out if you can.
Okay.
Thank
I
you.
trust your judgment on this. If she helps us, though, helps us save the 10 towns, then
Solana is something you must understand, that though attentions may align occasionally, that does not mean that they're on the same side as you.
It's like, as y'all having a discussion, she's like, "Do you want to check the other towns on the way there?"
I thought we were heading to the closest town. That was my assumption, that wherever Brimshander is the closest town.
Whoever's driving this car or driving that lead one, I think would be the Forgotten One. So we're gonna go where the Forgotten One is, because he has the lead. So where are we going? The Forgotten One.
No pressure.
Was it yours?
No
You-
pressure.
we're deciding where to go. I think it's you and me are in the cart alone, right? Or is Arlen with us?
No, I'm there.
Yeah, Arlen's there as well.
Okay. I was voting the closest one, but can we not see the dragon? Is it that far away that we can't see anything in the sky, like a black speck
It's
or
a
anything?
cloudy, and as you're saying this, you see on the right side of you, on the east side of you, this big snowstorm coming down from the mountain.
oh,
Sorry, misty, hazy. Dragon flew off to the west. Well, actually, no, you didn't see that. You saw him pump up or come out of the cathedral or the fortress, fly up in the clouds, and head towards 10 towns.
seeing this, do we all see this storm?
Yeah, it's brewing. It's coming.
Can we outrun it?
You're doing a pretty good job right now. It's coming off the spine of the world, so
Wherever we go,
Let me pull up the
as
map.
long
Give
as
me
we
a
miss that.
so
Oh boy.
second. Why don't
What's
we
this?
go to, let's see, pull up the map.
Everyone was saying Brimshander, but whatever was the closest
Brimshander's
town.
Come on, that's not bad. Brimshander's pretty far, but it would be the easiest to defend because it's one of the bigger ones that's close. But
Well,
that would be leaving the other towns to just die.
I guess we'll just go by each town, and if there's a fire and screaming, stop.
If you all are feeling confident enough, if we can potentially try and follow where this dragon is going, could kill it at the source.
You mean the first town it gets to?
Yes.
you do not
I
know
mean,
what
we
town it's
should-
going to.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
So you all have to decide where you would like to try to go.
Dugan's holds the closest, right? Dugan's Hole, or I guess
You say Jugin's hole?
Dugan's, right? Dugan.
Hole?
It's Jugin's Hole. That's what it is.
It's Duggan's
yeah,
hole.
that's the
No.
name of the
Duggan.
town.
It is. Nope, it's
Going to
Jugin's.
Jugin's
We already.
Hole.
No,
It's
no,
canon
that's what
now.
it
It's
sounded
canon
like.
now.
I said
It-
Dugan's.
It was
That's how
canonized
it was pronounced to me earlier in a different
on
campaign.
Sunday nights. You cannot fight this Jugin.
No,
Come,
Jugin's
Marco,
Hole.
we're going
No.
to Jugin's Hole.
no, it's Duggan's hole.
Well, I'm actually interested in something. I'm going to test a theory. Because I don't believe this creature that was flying was a living creature. I believe it was a form of a construct.
We know that.
Correct. Exactly. I would like to cast Locate Object.
Accurately,
That
we
only
know
works
that.
in 1,000
He doesn't know
feet,
that
doesn't it?
because we never.
It
told
What?
would
him
work
that
in
it was
1,000
metal
feet, but
dragon.
if we're heading in the same, if we're following behind it relatively, even if it gotten as far as it couldn't get out within 1,000-foot radius. What direction is it heading?
I just feel really bad that Solanas isn't the one casting Locate Object.
I'm sorry.
He doesn't have it ready. He doesn't have it ready.
I
Do you have it ready?
don't.
Sloan? See?
I chose calm emotions over that look, and I used it once,
Because-
and I was happy.
You just now casting it, or are you casting it when it left?
you
I would have casted it like on like the way that we were like as soon as we were leaving, casted it. No,
You-
it's
you
still within
have-
1,000 foot.
you have to have been within 30 feet of the object.
That's what I'm asking.
I don't think the dragon was ever within 30 feet of us.
I don't think it was within 3 feet of us. You're right. Do I have to wait? That doesn't make sense. Describe and name an object that you've seen or familiar to you. Oh, 1 sec. I'll be right back.
Locate object. Let's double check real quick.
It's the second,
Even
second paragraph.
if it's not living, constructs are still considered a type of creature. I think so. I don't know if that would work.
Genesis direction to the object location as long as that object.
Plus, it
is
takes
within
10.
1,000
It takes 10 minutes to cast.
That's
Before
what
spell.
it's concentration up to 10 minutes. It's casting time with 1
Oh,
action.
cat one action. All right. Oh, it count. Yeah, you're right. Object within 1,000 feet of you.
It's
if the
better
object's
if
in
an
motion,
object
you
known to you.
know the direction is of its movement. The spell locate object. As long as you've seen it up close within 30 feet. Yeah, it's not gonna work. He's not been in close to 30 feet. So you have to be within 30 feet of locate object to work.
Right.
So that does not work. So
We don't have an idea.
forgotten one. Where we headed to? I'll leave it up to you.
Though we were within 30 feet of some of the Charter, what the hell is that stuff?
Tardalon.
Those are like pieces of Charlin. This is not it's not an actual object.
Yeah,
But
familiar-
were those pieces of Charterland used?
no, we've been within the.
Because in
within
that
range
case, the
of
whole
metal,
damn mountain would be
but-
lighting up for you for locate object if you're trying to do it that way.
Yeah.
But it would be
I
that
think we have some on us,
specific.
too.
It would be that specific piece of Charterland that was used by whatever they used it for that we would be locating.
Well, first off, it would have been melting down, and 2, Graves wasn't part of the campaign yet.
Oh, that's true. Okay, never mind. Scratch that. I thought I was really smart for a second, but
It is a good
turns out
idea, but
I was wrong.
Let's just head to the nearest town, slow down a little bit.
Well, you'll be coming around the bend. If you're going straight north, if you stay on the northern trajectory, you'll hit East Haven first. There's Duggan's Hole and Goodmead to the left, kind of like a northwest if you want to divert that way. But it's up to you. But if you stay straight in the northern pass, you'll hit East Haven first.
whatever the closest one would be. So like Jugin's Hole or something. Or the other one you.
I'm 2
mentioned.
seconds for ending this campaign right here and now.
Okay.
In another DM pronounced it Dugan's Hole to me. That's how it was pronounced in my other campaign. So
It's
that's
Doug. It has D-O-G. That's Doug, right?
no D-O-U-G.
Whatever.
Yes, Dugan.
So we're not
Duggan's
we're
Hole.
not-
I'm saying Duggan's Hole. I don't care.
Duggan's Hole. All right.
Yeah, we don't want it. We don't want it to get burned.
Where are we headed to the Forgotten One?
Uh,
When you say close, it's kind of abstract.
Yeah, abstract closest. What I
You will feel like if
remember.
you go straight, East Haven would be the closest because you're on a straight, narrow path. You're not diverting to the left.
Okay, not to run through whatever. Yeah, okay. Just
So I
East
guess let me
Haven.
ask this:
East Haven it
the
is.
East
the,
Haven.
the quickest or the closest? Let me ask that.
Quickest. Cool. Going to East Haven then.
Yeah, quickest is East Haven.
Yeah.
Who East Haven?
All right, let me check some stuff real quick.
Yeah. What's pulling these carts again? Dogs?
Dogs.
Dogs.
Large dogs.
Doggos.
The same type of transport that we gave up all the way back when we decided to choose the bears.
Well, but
Yeah.
this is also 3 carts. It's taking 3 carts to transport us. So
These
That
are
is true.
these are sleds. We had an actual cart
Hmm.
We did.
because the sled, while it gets us there faster, the cart offered us protection during the goddamn blizzards.
We had tents as well for some reason. Even
Can't
though
be
we
now.
had the car.
You never
Because we
know
all
when you're
can't
gonna
sleep
need-
in the cart.
We also bought a bunch of furs.
To land the cart, yeah. I remember
I was
that.
gonna say, I think. Oh yeah, and then I think Grace has a lot more furs too.
Yeah,
Why do we have so many furs?
we just kept buying furs. We could buy a lot more now with all the money we got from that dragon.
We don't need it.
Oh, we should have skinned that dragon for high. That would have been fun. Oh,
All right, as you start to get closer, you see smoke and fire as you're
Oh,
getting
God.
closer to East Haven.
mm.
Oh god damn it! There goes my deposit on that building.
Can we see anything else aside from just like the smoke coming up? Do we see like a giant thing coming by and doing straight
giant-
runs?
Give me
Yeah,
a perception
giant
check
dragon.
with disadvantage because the storm is now coming in.
I will
Cool.
make one of those.
Yeah.
You know what would
Remy,
be hand-
you have your inspiration. You could use.
That's what
you
I say. I'm just gonna use my inspiration and make it a flat roll. So
I won't
11.
make it a disadvantage though.
11 with
That's a 20.
No.
Nice.
2 16s.
You know what would be handy right now? That orb that we gave away.
Uh-huh.
so that would be an 20
yeah, because then we would have
perception.
Ariel attacking us on top of the dragon.
You
if we
see,
activated
as you get closer with those perception rolls, I won't say you see it yet, but as you start to get closer, you see this big, massive thing going straight across the top of it.
Oh,
Blinding light
you
coming
guys-
out of its mouth, bearing down on the town.
You guys want to fight? It's here.
Let's do it.
Are you guys sure you don't want to go to Brimstander?
Oh my God, Sebastian.
The dragon's here. Let's just fight the fucking thing and get it over with, so we can go back and finish what we're supposed to do.
Second dragon, let's go.
Let's do
I'm as
it.
ready as I'll ever be.
I thought Sebastian was gonna go back to his ship and get the other dragon, and we have the
We are
dragon
not going to the damn ship.
3 dragons.
3 dragons.
You guys wanted to fight this fucking thing, so we're here fighting it. Let's get it done.
This is
Let's save some people.
All right, everybody, give me some initiatives.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're not in combat yet. This is pre-combat. I just want to get initiatives out of the way.
22.
Nat 20.
All right, I missed what happened.
Some good
Initiative.
initiative.
We
Damn.
found it.
Arlen, what's your dex mod?
2.
Alright, I have you beat
15.
after the nat 20.
we got to East Haven and we can't see it directly, but we can basically tell Starling Dragon is coming in and wrecking face.
Sorry.
Good initiative rolls.
We're at East Haven. We can't see, but what?
It's
We know the
basically
dragon's here, so we're gonna go fight it and get it done with.
we get in.
The metal dragon's here?
At East Haven.
So
Okay.
I'll just re-say it. As y'all steady on pros to roll high enough perceptions, you're still on approach to East Haven. You see this massive dragon blaring down on the city, flying across, doing strafe runs.
Holy crap.
That's fucking epic.
Oh god.
Dude, that's
I know
really
what that
cool.
is.
While we're on our approach,
As
I'm
it's
gonna
straight going to Chris, you see a blinding beam of light destroying buildings left and right.
How far is it? Question, just in theory.
How far is it in the air, you're asking?
How far away is it just in as far as
Y'all
distance
still about a
goes?
couple hundred yards out. I'm just giving you this description. So,
Okay. Let me know when we're within 300 feet.
well, I'm giving y'all a chance to prep, think about whatever, give you a little time to strategize. Because right now it's just doing strafe runs. It's not on the ground. It's just
Yeah, I'm gonna start by taking a ball at the Grey Bag of Tricks.
I can't do
while you're all speeding on.
Yeah, if
Sleds.
it's small enough,
Go
I can
fly back
carry
and be like,
it.
oh, well, there.
Somebody
I
give
am
me
going
ammunition.
to
I could do something.
cast mage armor on
Ammunition.
myself.
Yeah, if it's small.
How
enough, I
long
can
does that
carry it.
last?
Yeah, I can run.
8 hours.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you gonna do any kind of
That's-
prep stuff you want to do? Y'all can talk about. I'll go get me some more liquids.
I don't know. Did we?
I got a
have
giant
any
rat.
arrows?
Let's go.
What is this, Doros?
That would be that my pronunciation is correct. If you just want to listen to that.
All right.
Uh-oh.
All right, everyone on stream. Doros is the grammar guy. At this point, I'm like, what the fuck is this? What am I looking at right now? Hofftail and Dolan? Or Doolin?
Dugan.
Dugan?
It-
Dugan. I don't know why I said
Dugan.
Doolin.
Dugan's hole.
Dugan.
Wait a minute.
It's Jugan's hole. You better get it right.
Yeah.
All right, campaign's over, guys.
Wait a minute. Hey, one of the rolls off of the friggin' oh, wait a minute. That was actual ammo. Never mind.
I'm gonna cast aid at level 3.
Well, we already have our 10 temporary hit points, so 8 won't help. Oh, no, 8 increases your max health, doesn't it?
Also, he previously
That's right.
said that our magical hit point stacks with temporary hit points since it's like a divine thing. But yeah, aid would work.
I said that for the coffee.
Just for the coffee. It doesn't.
That was
work
just
with
for the
health.
coffee.
8's max hit points, you're right, so 8's good. 8's
Yeah,
not bad.
aid would still work.
You're right.
So aid will be on myself, Arlen, and Solaris.
Ooh, thank you.
So
How many
20
is that?
hit points
Five.
is that?
you get 5
You
max.
no 10. You
10?
get 10 more. I'm casting it at level 3.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Thank you.
You are welcome.
So Jugan, if you didn't hear, I have a giant rat from the Grey Bag of Tricks. I'm just kind of holding it for the time being.
You're holding the rat.
Well, it's like on the sled, I think probably. It's a small
only-
creature, so
It
it's-
listens to him.
It's sitting
It's
next
the
to Arlen. Arlen's
size
riding
of me.
Is it?
Yep, giant
big
rat,
is a
small
rat?
beast.
Oh, it's a small beast. Okay.
It's a big for a rat.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
It's an ROUS.
I couldn't think of that. It's been too long.
I don't know where all my polymorph stuff is. What else are y'all doing?
I will summon Callie.
When we get
I
relics,
almost forgot about Callie.
when
Yeah, I have a lot of bonus actions, okay?
when
And
we
it's a
get,
full action to summon her, so that's why I usually don't summon her in battle. Sorry.
When
but-
it- I'm prepping, like, I'm just getting ready for when it looks like shit's gonna go down. I'll do my standard blessing of people.
yeah, when we look like we're like almost there, then Sebastian or Bait will say, "I believe I can fly."
yeah.
All right, so you're
Wait,
flying.
But he'll do that. He'll do that like right before we get there, like.
I don't
around-
think you understand how that's going to work. we're going faster than you can move. So you're gonna fly, and we're gonna leave you behind because your momentum won't carry as soon as you start flying.
I'm just saying, like, right before we enter into combat, he'll have spent the action to activate it, so he doesn't have to spend the action to activate it in combat, and that way he can fly when he wants to. You won't necessarily fly right then.
I do like the idea that he just basically opened a parachute and just went flying.
Wait, guys, come back!
That
We'll just
would
tie a
actually
rope to
be
him
enough.
so we can drag him while we're flying. Just so you can stay in.
It's bait. It's bait to catch the dragon.
Yeah, this is bait, Sebastian bait.
We gotta lead him away from the town.
I don't think it eats, but you know, maybe he just looks so damn tasty.
All right, we're moving in. We're moving in here.
As you get closer, you're still strafing.
Are we like? We're still outside the town, right?
Yeah,
We're not
I'll say you're
inside
probably a couple hundred feet out now.
yet. Okay. Does anyone have anything that we can get its attention to try and pull it away?
Start shooting firebolts at it.
We can shoot it.
Shoot it.
Wait, will firebolts even do anything against it if it's made out of that stuff?
Oh.
It's only one way to find out, really.
I have a crossbow.
All
How
right.
far is it?
Every time it straights down to cast this beam, it's 120 feet off the ground.
All right. When it dips, I will make a disadvantage shot. I'd like to shoot it with a guiding bolt to drag its attention.
It definitely would be disadvantaged because this cold winter
Perfect.
is coming in. As you come in, burning buildings, people running, screaming.
Calm emotions.
Do it at a
That's
higher
comical.
level.
On the people that are burning to death. Be calm.
Relax. Stop, drop, and do some yoga.
Does an 18 hit with disadvantage?
It does hit.
Ah. So I'm gonna shoot it right in its face as it dips down for 19 radiant. And the next attack will have advantage. So if it's a disadvantage again,
How much radiant damage?
19.
That is going to be
That's 10.
9 or 10.
10 because he runs up.
yeah. So
Oh, does
10.
it?
Yeah. 10 points.
Double.
Is you hit it with the radiant damage. You feel like you should do more. It just kind of fizzles off the body, and it pays you no mind. Just continue to strafe.
Hmm.
But it did
Alright.
do something.
Okay. So we're still running towards it. The next time it dips down, he's gonna do it again, but then you're gonna see a rune change in front of it, and he's gonna turn Guiding Bolt into acid with transmute meta magic.
Well,
And I
it's
will-
it's doing a circle around. Give me a perception check. With your passive perception, Ashley, I'll just show you.
Yeah, I have a 26 passive perception.
Whoa,
I'll just show you.
26?
Yeah.
How do you have 26?
Graves sees everything. I'll tell you.
He's got
It's
a
called
Alert.
crazy
observing.
eyeball.
Observe right.
I have
called
observant, but I
observant.
only got 22.
Is your wisdom? Oh, I have expertise in wisdom as well.
Oh.
Or my perception. I have expertise in perception.
Oh. I only have proficiency.
I just lined you all up. Anyway, you get to like close. It's nothing to scale to any of the cities. It's just some buildings I made, burning, whatever. Just give some flair. Come around this corner.
What?
Oh, fun.
Oh no.
Another one of those things.
What is that?
As you're preparing for this next shot, you see this mechanical machine. A couple of your party members have seen before.
It's those
Ah,
things again.
So then, as he's seeing it and he's focusing on the dragon, he's gonna slap his hand together and twin spell it now and point at both of them. And I guess when he's gonna shoot at the whatever. This
Well, no,
I've
the other
never
one's
seen-
circling. You do not have range on the dragon because it's up in the air.
Ah, then he will just
Because once you did it on him, you alerted to the president of
This
this.
thing.
Yeah.
Holy
I have not seen this thing. Can I get a picture of this, please? I think it looks cool. Oh, hold on, let me put you as my main picture. That looks sick. That looks like straight out of Warhammer.
All right.
Oh,
For the viewers, when did we fight this guy again?
It was when we were in East Haven camping down in the
First up,
basement,
it's
and
Sebastian.
We
destroyed
didn't
that
fight
shadow.
it. Forgot when Doros saw it.
All right, who's blessed? I need to know who's blessed.
I am.
I don't know.
Oh, because I said when we entered combat, I was gonna bless.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm casting bless at first level on Arlen, Sebastian, and Graves.
You saying Graves because he's out front now?
Yeah. Well, he was in the cart with me too, or the
Oh, okay.
sled. Arlen is he's my
Any
boy.
other spells that were prepped are going? Where is Callie at?
She's on my shoulder for now. Because I don't think she's that bad of a flyer. So Graves, you I guess you're behind me, so you can't really see. But you saw a raven appear, but that's all you can see because you're behind me.
All right.
In ahead of you.
Yes, he's behind. Yes, but yeah.
I found the rat.
Nice. Also, does it take an action or a bonus action to transform into werebear?
Oh no! I forgot that you can do that.
Yeah,
You don't have
where
that
is
ability yet, good sir.
Oh, what?
Remember, I told you have to work up to it.
Right.
You have to learn to control it. It's a curse for a reason.
That's very fair.
She told you this a long time ago that you have to learn.
She
Hey,
did.
Jugan,
Yeah.
what part of the town are we in?
I'll just say the outskirts of town.
God damn it. Well, there goes that plan.
Because you're arriving in a town when he was doing this, so.
Yeah, no.
So, first up is Sebastian. What are you doing?
Oh, I think somebody got a natural 20, so they get an
Oh,
extra
yeah.
turn.
Who did?
Yeah,
Arlen.
I got a 19.
Okay.
that turned
Arlen,
into
what
a
are you doing
24.
for your free action?
Uh,
For surprise action.
I am going to reach out and slap the side of TFO. Be like, all right, buddy, we got this. And cast haste.
Ooh.
And so I am now concentrating.
Oh, you have haste again? I hate that.
Yeah.
That's spell.
I never got rid of haste.
Oh, no. I wish. You- TFO?
Yep.
Alright, cool. Alright, now, just to let y'all know, Villain, she got a 1, so she's surprised.
Oh, great.
Makes sense, she was in the back. Yeah, whatever. Sebastian, you're up.
How far away is that guy?
Are we still on the sleds? Like, are the sleds moving forward, or are we off the sleds?
I'm saying you off the sleds because I don't actually have
We all hopped off.
They just kept on running, and we just jumped off.
Started yelling at people to get in their houses or run away.
No, you don't. You don't get in houses when there's things on causing
Okay.
fire.
Just run away. Get to safety.
100 feet for you, Sebastian.
Yes, run away. Get out of town. Go to the other towns.
Sebastian, 100 feet for you.
Okay, let me check the distance on something really quick. Okay, Sebastian is going to hold on one second. He is going to cast mirror image on himself.
Okay.
And then he's going to fly 60 feet towards the thing.
Oh, you're
and-
already flying, right?
Yeah, I activated it, but I hadn't started. I wasn't in the air yet.
Are there any town's guards attacking the dragon? Or attacking the mechanical beast or anything? Like, is there any town's guards that came to the
You don't
aid?
see any town scars in your location.
He's gonna put himself about 10 feet in the air.
10 feet?
Yeah, 10 feet in the air, and then as far as he can go, like to get his max movement. I think is 60 flying. And then he is going to
Wait, what's your bats for flying?
60 feet, I believe. Sorry, this is the first time I flied. It is 60 feet. So like some wings appear out of his back, and then you hear Bake go, Sebastian, I think you should take this one.
That's as far as you get.
And he
Fine.
closes his eyes, and his eyes change to be brown again. And Sebastian kind of looks around in confusion, and then sees that thing, and then leaps into the air and flies towards it 60 feet, with himself being up in the air about 10 feet. And then, yeah, I was going to do something else, but I just realized that I cannot because it's against the rules. And that's all I'll do.
All right. Arlen.
All right. How far away is it?
From you?
Yes.
About 70 feet.
I will step up 10 feet and then cast Spiritual Weapon at 2nd level. And my mace will appear right next to it.
In front, behind, side, where?
To the side.
Which side? This
Right,
side.
right. Yeah.
So do you have anything that guys like? Do any of you guys have any information to give about this thing? Because I've never found one of these actually.
We didn't
Dude,
find it.
I
I
don't
don't
even remember.
They saw it. They
anything
didn't fight it.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind.
There's a Druagar in there.
There's a what?
Do we know that?
Druagar.
You know it's the same construct that you saw? Is that
I
same
don't know
one?
if that's how they're
Old
set up.
Doros
But
Knight would
also,
probably least
the
assume.
Druagars are the ones that are like.
Anyway,
using the metal
Arlen, do you want to attack?
Yes, I want to attack with it. Oh, I mean a 17.
17 misses.
Damn. I will move 15 feet back.
Would you? Oh, you with the spiritual weapon. As you appear, it kind of just barely. I mean, I won't say barely. You kind of hit the wind above it as it's moving, and his arm shifts. Moving back where?
15 feet.
How much movement did you use? 10. So
10.
So you basically move back one spot. Sure, got it.
Yeah.
All right. That your turn?
Yep. Well, no, that was a bonus action.
Bonus action to cast
so-
an attack, which sounds broken. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, yep. And then I will pop off a firebolt as I'm running back away. 20.
20 just hits.
Oh, God.
Damn. Damn.
Hey, we're sure this
For
thing's aggressive to
10 fire damage.
It is now.
If it wasn't before.
It brings up its axe. You can see an axe. I should describe it. It's a big machine, has a axe and a hammer. On the hammer for the right side, an axe. He brings up the axe and he just burns a little bit of the arm and it fades off. You still hit it. You still did damage, but you know it was 10 points. I mean, I don't really tell you. All right, is that your turn?
That's my turn.
Remy.
Out of curiosity, hypothetically, how far away are we from a blacksmith shop or something?
Like
Everything is on
Fletcher-
fire that you see.
Doesn't matter. Asking a question.
Or Fletcher. Fletcher or blacksmith.
Yeah. You have given me a weapon that I cannot use that would be very beneficial right now. So,
She
where
needs
can I
arrows.
go get some
Arrows for
damn
her
ammo?
oathbow.
High or low?
She's gonna be shopping right now.
No, I've been.
High or low?
She's going looting.
Hi.
It's the best time to loot, right?
Hey, it's 67.
Who's gonna stop her?
I'll say this. I'll give it to you. She had 50 arrows in her cart.
Oh fuck yeah. Okay, I can use 50 arrows.
So you can add 50 arrows to your thingy.
Could Dave have randomly left some arrows in the bag of holding?
Well, because see, I thought he rolled for ammunition off of one of the magic charts, but I don't think that would count for arrows.
No, it was firearm. I think it was firearm. Firearm. What?
All I know is I heard ammunition. I didn't know if it was firearm or otherwise. If that's the case, she's gonna knock an arrow and she's gonna shoot at the damn construct.
Roll binder.
Shoot it dead.
Hold on, people. Brief intermission as we check the magic tables.
Oh, back. I'll just do this. Make it simple. Give me D20. Remy.
That would be a 17.
Actually, no, let's not do it. Because it's. Let's do. Give me a D10. That's great. You have 17 plus 2 magic arrows.
Oh.
So
Why does she
scratch
need
the
magic
scratch. Huh?
Why does she need magic arrows?
Because there was ammunition that rolled off the magic table a while back.
Oh.
So I'm
Plus
just.
the plus one arrows.
This says +2 on the chart.
Oh, +2. Okay.
Oh, fuck yeah, plus 2 arrows. I'll take it.
So
So it was
scratch the 50
something-
arrows I just gave you. You have those.
So yes, Sebastian was correct. It was something that just fell out of his
It was.
It was something Bait picked up.
Yeah, but when it rolled out, nobody had like anything ranged like that. So I think we kind of swept over it. But yeah. What would you like to do?
She's gonna knock an arrow and shoot at the damn thing.
There's something specific you have to do for the arrow. I mean,
That's only if she wants to activate the oath, which
That's
is
if I
once
want
per
to
day.
activate it.
Oh,
And
once
I'm
per day.
saving that for the big thing.
Okay, that works.
But yeah, she's gonna knock an arrow and shoot it at the big thing. One minute. I can add so many. 22.
22 hits. It's the arrows. So the regular arrows is a regular +1.
Mm-hmm. The +2 arrows I didn't roll with. I just because I didn't know how to use them. Oops.
That's what you roll with as arrows.
I just used the bow. My bad.
It doesn't matter. You still hit no matter what. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
that'll
basically, the
be-
+2 arrows you add +2 to wherever you roll with the arrow.
Oh, yeah.
Or
So
arrow.
that'll be 7 points of damage.
7 points. What kind of damage? It's just
Piercing.
magic. It's magical, right?
Yeah.
Ding right into the thing. It moves his arm. It breaks the arrow off.
Still hits it.
Still coming.
And then she's gonna move forward 35 feet and get closer.
35 feet.
Yep. Purple.
What was the range of the bow?
150.
Oh, what's the minimum?
Yeah,
That's the minimum.
150.
It's a longbow. Both bows are longbow, so it's 150 and 300
300.
No,
That's all.
mine is 150 and 600.
or 600.
Damn. Those are crazy.
So just keep in mind, if
yeah.
anything's beyond 150, is disadvantage.
Well, I wasn't beyond 150. I didn't think.
Okay, I was just letting you know for future reference. So, all right, the forgotten one. Mr. Hasted, heart's pounding.
Okay, so first off, the battle axe and shield. I will run up next to Remy. Use my action to use the dodge action, and then bonus action, just didn't have the rat, move up 30 feet, which would be like right behind me.
Well, you're a little bit
And
closer
then-
as she was. So you still have, that's 25 feet where you're at. So you still have a little bit more movement.
Yeah, it's fine. I still have like 33, no, 35. What am I saying? Yeah, no, I'm just gonna stay there for right now. Yeah. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. You asking for the name? I'll put it in the chat. Alrighty.
Sorry, can I get a visual of like what the creature looks like? Is it like the actual picture of it, so I can understand, like maybe assume something from seeing it?
It's like a dreadnought.
Is it like a dreadnought looking thing? Like our fully construct looking creature?
It's like you can usually someone inside. There's like someone wearing a suit. That
It's like a
it's
power
like a
armor
mech suit.
kind of thing.
No, hold on.
Kind of. It's
Okay,
rough.
I'm just sorry, because like the visual helps a lot with like kind of determining plans and stuff.
I mean, let's just like the thing. I'll put it in the chat.
Appreciate it.
Big kind of metal creature with weapons on the hand, 4 hands.
It's like I didn't know if it was like a full construct or if there's a person mounted in it, because then that adds like a different layer. You know?
You don't know if anybody's mounted in it as a character.
Oh, okay.
Only two other people would know that people are in it. And I don't know if they told you. And you just joined the party too, so.
I honestly didn't even remember we saw this thing.
Jesus Christ, that thing looks metal as hell. I love it.
I think only TFO and I were there.
Yeah,
Yep,
anyway,
I got
Graves, what would you like to do?
God, I wish I could just like jump in that thing. Anyway. Well, since he kind of had like this twin, or not this twin, but the transmuted. By the way, thank you, Doros, for the thing. I always thought that you could use multiple meta magic. It's kind of sad that you can't if you have points. It makes no sense, but whatever.
Makes sense,
Fine.
but
All right, but it's okay. Doesn't matter. So the acidic guiding bolt. I'm gonna point it at ugly number 2, because the dragon actually looks pretty like really cool looking, and I'm gonna shoot him.
Oh, you shoot the one coming up?
What?
You shooting
The
the
big guy. No, the big guy.
All right, the one that y'all are currently attacking. Yeah, that misses. 14
Yeah.
misses.
Yeah, misses.
Make sure all your attacks are at disadvantage because of the storm that's coming in.
Even me with like the ice, we still haven't talked about like if the iced eye does anything for me in the cold. Does it?
No,
does
it
it
just-
help me at all?
No, it just returns your vision. Is
we all
Okay.
we all have disadvantage
'cause-
on attack rolls.
Well, since it doesn't like normally have like it's not like an eye. It doesn't get affected by the cold because it's crystal. I didn't know if that
Mhm.
had any other effects.
Is that just for ranged attacks, or will that impact
Let me-
melee
let me-
attacks as well?
like something real quick before I tell y'all wrong.
Mhm.
Yes. Let me see what heavy precipitation says. Everything is lightly obscure. Creatures in here have disadvantage on wisdom checks.
Whoa.
So perception checks are disadvantage, and
Just checks, not saving throws, right?
yeah.
Okay.
No, saving. Yeah, everything. Okay, I misspoke, so never mind. But all your perception checks and everything is disadvantage.
Okay, so everything is disadvantage. Okay, so nothing
Yeah.
needs to be taken back. Just continue then. I
Yeah.
missed my attack. Then
Yeah, nothing needs to be taken back.
so just to make sure, disadvantage on all. Is it just range attacks or is it all attacks? Because I don't.
No attacks, just perception.
Yeah,
Just-
you missed it.
Also, not disadvantage on attacks. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's my turn. I already missed.
All right. All right. Where's my thing at? All right, there we go. All right. Doros.
What's the dragon doing?
It's circling around to come in for another attack.
Is it over? It's over to our left though, like near the burning buildings and stuff.
Yeah, it's that way up in the air. It basically comes down 120 feet for it to blast and then swoops back up.
I'm going to walk that direction. I'm gonna walk just straight to the left from where we're at
How
for my
much?
full 30 feet.
Nope. Solana's, you're on deck.
I'm going to bonus action, form of dread. So start, look all shadowy and dark and kind of emitting shadow. And that it's been swooping down right about there. Like, would it be within range for me to hit it if it swooped down there again, or?
If you want to hold an action in case it does come into range, I mean, I don't know what. All depends on what you're trying to use for a range.
I was going to do just Eldritch Blast.
Which
that
is
thing
how
advances.
far?
120.
So that would be at its peak as the lowest it would. So
I'll do it next time. I'll just shoot the construct.
Okay.
This time. Ooh, 19.
19 misses
Ooh, okay. Second blast.
as it just kind of it brings this hammer up the stem and slings it out of the air and it goes right over its head.
25.
25 does hit.
Hey, where's my D10? I'll put my D10. Yeah, my D10. Some scroll here. That was bad. 6. Sorry. It's not a D6. 7 necrotic damage.
7
And it needs-
necrotic.
I can make my first hit necrotic.
Alright.
Add an extra D.
So it hits it with a hammer as it comes up, knocks it out of the air. The elven you shoot it right like the chest metal area.
Oh, actually, I rolled the wrong die there. Sorry. Sorry, add 2 more to that, and then also it needs to make a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Yep.
What does it specifically say?
On each of your turns, if you hit a creature, you can force it to make a wisdom saving throw. On a
It's
fail,
not a
it's frightened.
creature.
Okay.
Everything counts as a creature. Everything counts as a creature, but it depends on what the effect is. Because if it's immune to it, that's a different thing. Because even if it's a construct, it still counts as a creature.
What is it? For frightened?
What kind of effect?
Yeah, it's frightened.
Yeah, it doesn't affect. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
but it rolled a 17 anyway for a wisdom save. So, but
That's the DC it needs. So
Yeah.
I have DC 17.
yeah, even if it failed, it would not happen.
Oh darn.
So, Solanas, what are you doing? I'm assuming that's your turn.
Yep.
Can I move laterally to the left? My full 30 feet.
Your left.
Yes.
I'm gonna move this way. That way.
Yeah, that way there.
Got 30 feet.
30 feet. Oh, sorry, it lagged out. I was trying to go. Sorry, the other what you said more, so I'd be closer to the group. Sorry about that.
Hell of me, Solanas. I gave you 2 options. There you go.
There, perfect. And can I do like a perception check or an insight check to see if this thing is like, was it actually aggressive to us, or is this my fear that like some dude got into this thing he made in his basement to try to fight off this dragon? Is there any way I can tell? Like,
You roll
is
an
this-
insight check, but
I don't know if I can insight check a machine. Like if I'm insight checking like a
I mean, that's
you
what
can
you're.
insight if it looks hostile. I mean, does it
Oh,
look
yeah.
hostile?
It does look hostile now that we've hit it like 5 times.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's kind of
I can
even if
basically
it wasn't,
assume
it's
that,
probably
right?
pissed now.
It's just back. We're back into the cave again. When
Sebastian's right. We are assassins.
We need the picture of the hag again.
No, we've moved past it. We're gone. We're away. That thing is gone. It no longer exists.
Anyway, what are you doing, Solanus, for your turn?
I kind of want to see, like, try to assess the situation. Here.
You want to hold
So,
an action for something? You can.
That Baba Yaga? Why is Aaron's picture like a witch?
We'll tell you during break.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
We
Can I
fought
She's
that.
an
tell
old
if there's
friend.
actually something inside? Can I do a perception check to see if there's actually something?
Roll me a
inside
perception
that
check with disadvantage.
thing? Disadvantage.
Heavy weather.
All right. Heavy weather. Heavy weather. Damn, it's 11 again.
11?
Yeah. I can't tell if there's anything in it there.
No. It's
Would that be
moving.
my-
It's taking shots. It's moving to deflect stuff. It's hard to get a read with the weather blowing down on it. It's hard to tell.
Okay. And if it gets closer, I will hold. Was that an action or a bonus action for me to kind of?
I'll give you a bonus action since it's just perception.
Cool. I will hold my action. Then I will, if it gets any closer, just Toll the Dead as a cantrip on it. I think it's within. I'm not within 60 feet of it. Right.
Like human stew.
You're about 70. So you want to wait until it gets in range?
If it gets in range, then I'll let out a Toll the Dead.
All
Big
right.
old bell.
It's his turn. Is indeed. He's moving closer.
Alrighty.
So do your toll the dead.
Okay. I have to make a wisdom save.
11.
11, 15. So it takes. Well, only. Oh, wait. Oh, I get to roll 2 now. Haha. 4 plus. 8 points of necrotic damage.
Necrotic damage.
Yes. Thank you.
I'm going to need.
Oh, walk past me. Do I get it like an opportunity?
No,
attack?
it's right next to you. You're
Oh,
right.
okay.
You're right here.
Did it walk past Sebastian?
You're in the
Did
air.
it walk past Remy?
I'm 10 feet in the air.
Yeah, but you're still away from it, so it moved past you like 20 feet in front of you.
Gotcha. Just checking.
Yeah, you're still. It was 10. You're 10 feet from it, Remy.
Mm.
So I need Remy, Forgotten One, the rat,
Oh no, not the rat.
No, not the rat.
Graves. And yeah, you're ones. And Doros. They'll all give me dexterity saving throws. As it comes up to you and whips out its axe, torso starts spinning.
22.
You save.
19.
15.
That's not one for Dex for me, but for the rat. A rat, that's 14.
Callie's on my shoulder still, and she got a 20.
20. So
That.
if you rolled a 19 or higher, you take half damage.
Wait, did your cat
Oh.
succeed? Did your rat succeed?
The rat did not succeed. Oh
Alright.
god.
So if you rolled
God.
above a 19, you save, but you still take half damage. As it spins up, this blade starts twirling, It's 24 total points of damage. If you succeed it is 12 points of damage. Slashing damage.
Oh wait, I think I
Is
put
it
2.
is it magical?
No, it's not magical. I mean,
Callie- Callie's resistant to it then.
Dugan, what's our lighting situation looking like?
Dex saving throws. Why?
I know, right? I feel you, dude. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's
I'm with
dim
you.
light.
I'm right there with you.
I mean, it's like it's got like a haze. I wouldn't say dim light, but it's a haze. You know, like mist crawling across.
I have a +4. What do you got? Forgotten one.
I wanted dim
2.
light.
Yeah, I feel that, dude. Don't worry. I'm right there with you.
So that's what comes up in it. That's what it does.
It's never a strength or a con. I got +8 and +7, but no.
Try grappling it. You got this.
It's 2 sizes. It's 2 size categories bigger than me. I couldn't if I wanted to.
Alrighty.
You just
That's
spread out.
his action.
Also, the rat's dead, so you can remove it from the battlefield.
Oh, it is?
Oh,
Yeah.
poor rat.
It has
Oh yeah,
7
get this
out.
thing off the battlefield.
Pull another ball.
Let's throw another one.
Poor rat.
Who knows? Maybe we'll get a
Oh,
giant
no.
elk this time.
Yay! Giant oak. Wait, keep that. Does it disappear? 'Cause
No,
then
you
that's
there's,
food.
There's 3 balls. Yeah.
The
it does.
Starling Dragon
Yeah,
comes
just
back
oops.
around.
Ah, damn.
The dragon's coming back around. It's gonna come down. I need Solanus to give me a dexterity saving throw as it's coming down on you.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
You just stepped away to pee.
And he's concentrating on haste. That's gonna suck. if
You
that
can hit
fails.
me instead.
He's not concentrating on haste, I am.
Oh, you are. That's
He's concentrating on bless.
plus.
You can shoot me
Oh.
instead since Alanis isn't here. How does that sound? Like a cop out?
Can
It doesn't want to hit this on creature.
I want to use. Can I give my inspiration I got for the time that I talked to Solanus?
I didn't make game. No, you have to decide this beforehand. No, for that, no, you cannot.
Okay, in that case, I want to use Tides of Chaos to give him advantage on a saving throw.
That doesn't
That's
seem
your-
very chaotic at all.
That,
Except it causes wild magic to happen.
Mm.
That's the chaotic part.
Oh, that's chaotic. Yeah.
Did
that's
you
true.
did you cast your mirror image at a higher level?
I cast it at level 2, but I forgot to roll a surge.
Oh.
Oh,
And I rolled 18 for the surge, so I didn't surge on it.
All right, good. Anything
Unless
else?
I casted 8 as well. That's a 12. I didn't surge on that one
All right.
either. Yeah.
All right, Solanus, I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw, and Sebastian uses a reaction to give you advantage on it. As this dragon circled around, coming down, now it's bearing down on you, beaming a ray at you.
Oh,
So I
just
need.
at me?
Yep.
That's for you.
What?
You're so lucky.
Are you wanting more of us to hit? Is that what you're wanting?
Dex
We
saving
kinda need
throw.
him to stay alive.
17.
You know, healer.
17 succeeds, but
Oh,
you
thank God.
barely succeed, but you still take half damage of 35. So that
Oh
Oh my God.
God.
No, that's
so
like
18 points of damage.
And I gotta roll a con save, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that
And that is
concentration.
radiant damage as this dragon bears down on you.
Oh my God, I have blessed. I forgot. Fuck.
Aren't you our other cleric?
Shut up.
Alright, Constitution save. Here I come. Bah! 14.
You succeed.
It's funny. I forgot I had to bless.
And I also need. No, never mind. Y'all know I'm within 30 feet of it. Never mind. Blame it last. She is surprised, so she will not go this turn. Sebastian.
All right, so we're not in dim light, right?
No, it's just
Wait, I'm
like a
sorry.
haze.
Is she
I'm
surprised? Is that what you
So
said?
sad.
She rolled a nat
because
one on
she
her
rolled a nat
initiative.
one.
God.
Alright, so Sebastian is going to. He's within 60 feet of it, right?
60 feet of the metal thing?
Yeah. And it's metal, so Shocking Grasp gets advantage, right? He's gonna swoop close to it, and he is going to cast Shocking Grasp. So his hands are gonna light up. Oh, before he does that, he's gonna look over to Remy and to Doros, and he says, "What happened to the black cabin? What did this come out of the portal too?"
Fight now. We'll talk later.
Focus. Kill the big thing and then we talk. Okay?
All right, so he is going to do that Shocking Grasp base with advantage. Added a 21. It's a good thing I rolled with advantage because the first one was a 1.
That barely hits.
Damn. So it takes 10 points of like shocking damage.
Lightning
Wait,
damage?
Yes, yeah, that one.
It was all I know.
It's shocking, isn't it?
So you fly down and touch this like dome. And it's shimmering through.
So that means it also doesn't get any reactions for this turn, so it doesn't get opportunity attacks. So
Does it? Is that what it says?
Yep. So Shocking Grasp, it's advantage on metal, and on a hit, it can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
Copy. All right.
And then, so I'm going to use my movement that's remaining. How much do I have left? I have 60 total.
You flew 20 feet to get to it.
Okay, so I'm going to fly back and up a little bit so that I'm 15 feet in the air, but then I'm also about 20 feet away from it. And I am going to save that. If I use Fairy Fire in that area, does that hit all of my friends?
It's everyone. It's not.
Yeah.
You don't get
I
a pick.
can't. I don't get a pick. Okay, well, fuck that then. I will not do that, and I will end my turn.
Well, you already cast a spell, so.
It's a cantrip. I could have quicken spelled the other one, so that would have been a bonus action, but I'm not going to do that. So
Anybody else realize he slowly stopped yelling at us for swearing during the stream?
I gave up.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
poor guy.
Arlen!
I have a sailor's mount on me, honestly.
All right.
I'm a sailor and I don't cuss as much. Anyway. He said,
Let's
I'm a professional.
see here. I'm going to move the spiritual weapon
How many feet can you move it?
20.
Right there.
That's fine.
This
And
thing can
then-
move, so.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna move back 20 feet.
Back 20 feet?
Yeah.
Kind of off screen. But yeah, you're right under.
I'm still on screen.
You can see the ring, but yeah. Ours stream a little bit off stream,
okay.
but yeah.
And then I will just go ahead and cast Firebolt at it again. For
Oh.
24 to hit.
Yeah, that
I
hits.
I forgot. Does Bless add 1d4 to your damage or 1d4 to your attack roll?
Oh, just to the attack.
I totally
Attack
forgot
and
to
saving
use
roll.
it. Yeah. And saving. Okay.
How
cool.
much damage was it?
It is 18 fire damage.
You hit it again. Shh. As it gets done sweeping its attack, you hit it with the fire. It's still cranking, it's still moving.
That will be my turn.
Remy. And Forgotten One is on deck.
Yay. Let's see. She's gonna move. That thing's still like what, 10 feet away from me?
Yeah,
Right.
you're on the other side of it, 10 feet from you.
Cool. She's gonna walk in 5 feet and stab at it.
Got it.
Aim right for the joint. I'm gonna assume a 10 misses.
Yeah, that misses. It cleans right off the metal armor.
Cool means she's gonna go in with the rapier. I'm too lazy to pull out my dice tonight, so did use it is. Does a 22 hit?
Yes, that hits.
Okay, so that thing is gonna take. Out of curiosity, don't I technically have sneak attack?
Yeah, because you're
Yeah.
other people are within range.
Oops. Okay, so that'll be 10, 18 points of piercing damage.
Awesome.
And that's all she's gonna do.
Yeah, you come in, cling off with the rapier, and then you try to come in. You find that one little hole where the joint is, where the leg takes a step. Get right in there and deal some damage to it. Looks like you hit some kind of something. Some liquid start leaking out. The Forgotten One, and then Graves, you're on deck.
Okay. Let me think. Okay. So I'm going to do a total of 3 attacks. Not yet though. Remy, if you don't mind, I will move next to her and then use the expended Fury die to then use the bait and switch maneuver, which then basically switches the spots of me and Remy.
Yep.
And then,
I mean, you're still both in 5 feet, so.
of course, that's and then I add 1d8 to my AC. So that's 3, so 16.
To your
plus-
AC or her AC?
I choose either mine or hers. I choose mine.
Okay.
So until the start of my next turn. So that is, I rolled a 3. That adds to 16, 19. And then I'm going to do my 3 attacks with the battle axe. So 21.
How much damage do you
15,
take from the sweeping arm?
24.
Give me a wisdom save after you do this
Alright.
attack.
6. Okay, yeah. So
Do this one attack first.
okay, so the first attack, that's 21 damage. That's not 21 damage. Sorry.
What's the
21
hit?
to hit? 21 to hit.
You hit, so roll your damage.
Okay, that is 7.
Okay.
And then before I'm going to actually expend a second superiority die to then do the distracting strike maneuver, which then
Well,
adds
as you're
another-
coming in for this attack,
Yeah.
since you failed horrendously for your wisdom save, you're now a polar bear again.
Yay.
Oh no!
But the haste stays on the polar bear, though, right?
I would assume
It's a
so.
loss of concentration, so yes.
A hasted polar bear. Let's hope Remy doesn't get hurt. I'm very sorry.
All right, roll your second and third attack with the polar bear stat.
Okay.
As you come in,
That superiority die is going to do another 4 damage, though.
that's
And
fine.
then the next person to attack, i.e., most likely Graves, gets advantage on their first attack. So with the polar bear, gonna go ahead and assume that's a bite and a claw. I'll roll these out. So bite 5 plus 8, 13,
13 misses.
and then claw 19 plus 8, 27.
Nice. Yeah, that hits.
So then
Hey.
2d8 plus 5. 10 slashing damage, not magical.
So as you did this bait and switch with Remy, you come in and do your first attack. and you're still reeling from that sweeping axe attack. After your first attack, you finish it up. As you come back in for a second attack, you morph into a polar bear uncontrollably again, and you're able to get some more damage in with your polar bear form.
So
All right, Graves.
Question: How this thing's pretty big, right?
I think it's massive. It's a huge construct.
Could I walk underneath it real quick?
How tall are
Like
you?
between its legs? I'm 6'4" or 6'6". Sorry.
You could get easy enough. You might have to duck a little bit, but you could.
Perfect. He's gonna turn up while he's directly underneath, and he's gonna point the staff up, and he's going to say, "Elding," as a lightning rune forms. As he casts Cone of Cold, transmuting it to lightning damage, and he's gonna shoot it directly above, underneath it. I need a dex save.
I mean, that's so cocked on there. It's a 20 and a 14, so a 13 total.
He fails. He's gonna take. Rolling. Give it a second. 41 lightning damage as the staff crackles with lightning and blasts a cone of this lightning through him. And he'll be, I guess next to, because he'll run right through his legs, and I guess he'll be next to.
So how are you changing it with transmute?
With transmute spell. Yep, it can change any of the element spells to within a certain range of spells, which is lightning is one of them. And I just need one.
Is that one of your? It's sorcery. Okay, got it.
Sorcery. Yeah.
As you do this, she looks at you.
Who does?
Villian, whatever her name is.
Her.
Yeah. Where did you get that staff?
Now is not the time, but a dragon sword. And he will stay, I guess, move over to next to where TFO is, because he's kind of like
We will
traveling
talk, because
through
I need to know where you got that staff.
He looks at her, catch that attitude with me again, and see where that gets
It's
you.
not an attitude. You're very far away. I'm yelling.
That's all he's gonna say. And his turn.
Doros.
I know. I saw Solanus' face. He liked that little move I pulled. Come on.
How many charges is gone from that now? 5?
Huh?
How many charges is gone? That's like 5 charges.
That's 4 charges. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Don't worry. I'm gonna make this staff usable. Don't you worry, Dugan.
I'm going to continue heading 30 feet to the left. Kind of left and down. Kind of
Callie's
towards-
still alive?
Yeah.
Wait, did you get the stuff to recast her?
Yeah, I have 3, I think. I bought 3 from one of the
yeah.
stores.
yeah, you did.
And I'm gonna have Callie stay behind and attack him as my bonus action.
Oh, stay there?
Yeah, I'm gonna have her fly up to him and attack and sting him.
Did anyone use the advantage from the distracting strike yet? If not, then Kelly's advantage.
Callie will use it. So she is going to swing. Does a 23 hit?
Yeah, 23.
Okay. She also does poison damage. Should I roll that?
What?
Does poison damage affect it?
I mean, you can try. I'll just narrate that it doesn't.
Okay, yeah, it's I just won't roll it then.
Yeah.
So she only does 7 piercing, and then the poison I guess doesn't do anything.
As it comes in, she tries to pump all this poison in it. It just kind of.
And
What are
then
you doing?
I am going to. I am going to. When the dragon swoops down, does it swoop down like right on top of us, or is it still staying pretty high in the air? When it swooped down,
It's circling around and doing laps coming through.
Yeah, but when it comes through, how close is it? How close did it get to Solanus when it attacked him?
120 feet.
Shit. Okay, I'm gonna do Mind Spike on the big guy. So
Come on.
I need a wisdom save.
6.
He takes. I'm scroll here 'cause I don't have that many dice. He takes 9 psychic damage.
As it you try to do it, does nothing.
God damn it. Okay.
Oh,
Does-
that sucks, I know, right?
I'll do
That your turn?
Okay.
So
That's my turn.
honest, what are you doing?
All right. Do I see after I just got like immolated by bright radiant energy? Is it like? Do I get the sense that it's gonna take a while for it to come back, or is it like gonna come right back to me and just possibly just blow me up again?
All right, now it's doing a circle, getting ready to come in again.
It's getting ready to come in again. Okay. I will. Okay, I'll move.
So basically, what happened? It comes in, turn around, and come right back. So this time it's going to come
okay.
from the other side.
Basically along the same side. Okay. Then I will move up, going in between Sebastian and Doros there.
Boros? Like right here?
That's Doros right next to me, right?
Yeah, this was Doros. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll kind of move like
Here?
a little bit more. More in between, so I'm not like clustered right there. Yeah, perfect. And I will cast Shatter at 2nd level right above the construct's head. So it just hits him.
Did you move on the other side, Graves? So,
Yeah, I'm on the opposite end of it. I went right through its legs, like shot the lightning up,
Okay.
and moved on the opposite. I'm next to TFO currently.
no, you're
I already
next
warned
to
him once.
no, you're next to Remy because he did a bait and switch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
So can I
Even
cast
better, I
Shatter?
don't have to kill TFO.
I'm gonna cast Shatter above him there, and has to make a Constitution save at disadvantage because it's made of metal.
Does it say that?
It says any creature made of inorganic material such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on the saving throw.
Even with disadvantage, it rolls a 20.
Ooh, well, it
Okay.
takes half.
Silvery barbs. Reaction. Roll again.
It's already with
Listen.
disadvantage.
It doesn't matter. He still has to roll. It's whatever his total is and another dice roll. It doesn't matter if he has disadvantage or not.
Doesn't.
And it does not. And I will
19.
Give,
Oh,
well, that sucks. I'll give Solanus advantage.
thank you.
So how much damage?
Well, it does 3d8 but half, so 3d8 thunder damage. Total, I don't know.
Looks like 13.
Yeah, 13, so half of that.
Oh,
Seven.
so 7. As you crack it, what's the range of the shatter? Is it a
10 feet.
target or an area?
Area. So
Okay.
I did it above his head, just to get him.
What's the range of it?
Range from me,
Oh, no, range of the shatter.
10 feet. It's a 10 feet sphere, 10-foot sphere.
Allie, you got to roll.
Can I position it in a way where it would only?
No, Callie would have been right on top of his face, so that's
Oh,
fine.
my bad.
You really don't like that bird, do you?
I,
How much damage is it?
it was 13.
Well, did it roll the
So-
save?
No. Callie has to roll the save because it's an
Callie,
area.
White Raven. What's the save? What's
Con.
Con
Con save.
15.
Can we
Shatter's a
hear?
cool spell, though.
She succeeded.
Nice.
Can we hear the
Take 7
the
points of
cause
damage.
that- Can we hear the cause that
Callie
she
still died.
makes?
Con.
Come on, and she bursts into flames as she dies.
Oh, she dies?
Oh no, she died.
My bad.
Solanus, you bastard! You killed Kenny.
No.
Callie has really become Kenny in this scenario.
Bad.
God.
Kill Kenny, oh no!
See, Celeste, I haven't brought her out in how many fights, and I bring her out and you kill her.
I turn back and I just look at her like,
It is a crow, though, right?
my
Is that what you
bad.
said?
I really,
Yes, that's what it looks like. Yes.
I
Okay,
really
interesting.
tried to aim around your
Interesting.
bird. My
Don't worry,
bad.
I saw it. I just wanted to make sure.
But yes, it burst into flames when it died.
All right, that's the end of my turn.
It turns around. It didn't get its recharge on the sweeping axe, so it won't be able to do that. But it does get 2 attacks, one with the axe and one with the hammer.
Oh.
So the first one's going against Graves. He did the most damage.
No, come on, that's just petty.
Nothing petty. You did 40 something.
No, Graves is talking. That's Graves'
Oh,
voice.
okay.
You
I
gotta
was like,
remember. You gotta
20.
remember
Does that
Graves'
hit?
voice. Yes, it does. I have a 19 AC. Sad, Graves.
Oh, you're not prone, so you don't take that extra. So it's 20 points of damage, slashing damage as it comes across her face. The hammer is going to hit Remy since you're right there.
Oof, Jesus.
26 to hit Remy.
Yeah, what's the damage?
15 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need a strength saving throw.
Oh yeah, of course it's the ones that I have nothing in. That would be a 6.
You are not
Ugh.
prone from this hammer hitting you across the face.
Did she need a 7?
Yeah, right? She needed a 6.5. Don't worry.
You needed a 17.
That's the one stat I got nothing.
Was anybody holding anything for this dragon?
No, I was not. I wasn't, at least.
Yeah, no.
A middle finger, actually.
I'll need
guys.
Arlen and Doros to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Because y'all are in
Can we
line.
tell what kind of damage is coming out of this breath, or no?
It's
I
radiant.
got a
Radiant.
21.
Radiant?
18.
24.
Both y'all succeed, so you take half damage. It's a total of 27. So 14 points of damage, of radiant
Oof.
damage. And if you're holding spells,
You are so. I appreciate.
I'm so sorry, TFO.
as it comes in,
I dropped concentration.
Oh. TFO.
uh-oh.
Does that mean
I will
you
say
suffer
that is a
from-
cool model. Just
He's-
saying, that's
he's
a
done
dope
for
ass
round.
model.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Can we roll see who gets that model at the end of the end of the campaign? So, I definitely want it.
That thing is so cool.
That's one of my favorite dragon sculptures, actually.
It's icons of the realm. You can look it up on eBay. I mean, Amazon. Voice Kids. All right.
I love that dragon. The dragon's cool as fuck.
Hey, she finally gets to go.
Who? Oh, yeah, that chick that's with us.
Old person. Alrighty. Yeah, so we'll do that. Roll an attack.
What is she doing? Because Graves is paying attention to whatever she's casting. Because he's still kind of like sus about her.
So it's 20 to hit exactly, so that barely hits.
High level wizard stuff, apparently.
Do you hear me, Jugan? Do
Huh?
I see what kind of spell she's
Give me a
casting?
second. Give me an Arcana check. I'm reading a stat block and you're interrupting me.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That's a nat 20. I'm sorry again. 25.
Well, she rolled match damage on it. Oh, that's
Jesus Christ.
All right. Takes 8 points of necrotic damage as she holds out this hand, just crackling. skeletal hand that comes out of her hand goes right and shoots inside, pumping. What are you trying to deduce of this spell?
I just want to know if I know the spell that she's casting, or if I know what school of magic she's casting from. I mean, I imagine she's casting from necromancy because she's a necromancer, I'm assuming. But
Well, if you're just trying to search what school of magic it is necromancy.
okay, with a 25 nat 20, do I tell what spell she's casting? I'm assuming chilling touch with the way you described it, but
Sure, why not? Yeah, chill touch.
okay.
She's not hiding anything from you. Sebastian.
Understood.
So when the dragon swoops down, is it coming within 60 feet of Sebastian each time so far?
No.
How far
120.
away?
It's 120
is
feet
it?
off the ground.
So it's been 120.
Every time it swoops
So if I-
down, its lowest point's 120 feet.
Gotcha. So
That's just off the ground. From where you are, it might be a little bit more.
Yeah, gotcha. So there's no way that I would be able to hold an action to get to it.
I've been
from
waiting for
when-
everybody to hold an action if they have anything within 120 feet.
Yeah. Sebastian is gonna look at Arlen really quick and say, Arlen, that staff of yours might be really useful right now. And he kind of motions to the dragon up in the air.
What do you want me to heal it?
No, your other.
The bone one.
As you look at,
Probably not.
if you're looking at Arlen, you do not see that staff. But yeah, I
It's
guess you
gone.
assume. I guess you assume he still has it
Yeah.
though. You're
It's
muted,
gone.
Arlen. You're muted. At least you're.
Yeah, I don't have that anymore.
All right. What would you like to do, Sebastian?
All right. I guess Sebastian is just gonna.
Wait, do you not have the staff anymore? Is that what you just said?
I don't have a wand that I used to have.
Oh, okay.
Something he used to have, he no longer has.
He's
Okay,
gonna
my bad.
move 60 feet up in the air, and he's gonna hold a twinned firebolt to attack both the dragon and the construct when the dragon comes within 120 feet of him. So now he's 15 plus 60, 95 feet in the air.
Nice. He's just going into orbit at this point. He's like, fuck this shit.
Use your imagination. I'm not thinking a 95 bump stick, which I probably could.
So you're 90 feet up just to make sure
Oh,
for my
wait,
sake.
no, I counted wrong. 15 plus 65 is 75. I'm done.
You're 75 feet up?
Don't fall.
Yeah, I'm 75 feet up and I'm holding a twinned firebolt.
Sorry, I need to make sure for my calculations here. Okay. Whew. I'll tell you, I'm gonna do that cone lightning thing again, and you need to be 60 feet up, so you're just enough.
Oh, damn.
That's close enough, I think.
Oh my god. Jesus.
We get the idea.
Hey, yo, Arlen, you're 90 feet up. I see that, dog. Can I go
Alrighty.
any higher?
I have a lot more. Anyway,
You dash and just go up another 60 feet.
but he's holding an action, so he can't dash.
Oh, you're right.
Arlen.
I'm gonna move 25 feet up towards everybody.
That's 25 feet.
Oh, Move me back 5 feet.
I want to rethink that one.
He's like a little close.
And then I am going to cast Beacon of Hope, and I'm going to use a sorcery point to distance spell it so I can get all of my friends, obviously, except for Sebastian. In it.
60 feet, right?
That's interesting. Can you do that?
Can I do what?
I mean, does distance affect AoE spells?
Double the range.
That's awesome. That's actually really good.
As long as it doesn't say specific target.
Amazing. That's actually really good to know. I have never used that.
So what's that do again?
Everybody has advantage on wisdom saving throws. And then when they get healed, they get max healing.
Oh, that's right.
Awesome, Arlen.
Remy.
And then I am concentrating on that.
Philippines, I'm going to use half my movement to pop up.
Oh. Can I move my spiritual weapon?
20 feet, right?
Yeah. It might not make it, but...
It has to be within 5 feet, right? Yeah, it doesn't. It's just shy. Just literally just shy.
That's fine.
I'm still pretty close to this.
You know what? I'll allow you to swing with it. Go ahead.
Well, no. The spiritual weapon can move up to 20 feet on its turn, or when he commands it.
Well, you can't attack.
Sorry.
Okay.
No, you can attack.
Yeah, go ahead and attack with it.
Bonus action is to move and attack with it.
Yeah.
So he can move up to 20 feet and hit.
Go ahead and roll an attack for me.
22.
That hits.
Awesome.
It will take 9 force damage.
How's the spiritual weapon kill this construct?
Hey!
Because I had literally 2 hit points. I'm waiting for y'all to do something, but y'all keep holding actions and stuff.
Listen,
it
you
just,
gotta make it. Make sure.
It just
Actually-
flies in
Actually, hold on.
and swings up in an arc, and I want it to just knock the head off.
Oh, jeez. Oh. I'm back.
Where is it at? I'm looking for something. Oh, there we go. All right. As you, what does it do again?
It just like flies in and kind of like arcs up in like an undercut, just knocks the head off of it.
I've never wanted to be an artificer so bad.
All right. As you do this, as you cut it out, the plate opens up. Two these dark-looking gnomes as the thing falls over. I just pick it off the field.
2 guys in a trench coat.
Jump out as it falls over. I'll just do it for purposes, for fun, for funsies. Remy, your turn.
How far is the closest little dwarf thingy?
10 feet.
Stabbing him.
Philippines, she's gonna move in 5 feet and swing.
Got it.
First hit. 26 to hit.
Ooh.
Yeah, that misses. I'm just getting the hits.
I was about to say. That'll be 8, and then I do have sneak attack. Yes. They're all fairly
Nobody's
close.
within 5 feet of him. No. Has to be of him, not you.
She's gonna go in for a second with the dagger.
Yep. I mean, how much was that hit?
First one was 8 points of damage on the first attack.
Got it.
Second attack is a 19.
19 just hits.
And that'll be another 8 points of damage.
Points of damage. As you come in and attack, both these to get out. Here to have some kind of chainmail on, and they have a shield. He tries to get the shield up in time, misses the first one, and try to cut down and cut off the dagger. It doesn't get in time. You get him in the side. That your turn?
Yep, that's all she got.
This one right here. We'll say some words and enlarge. The one you just attack is going to attack you. 18 hits.
Yeah, that hits.
6 points of 6 points of piercing damage for the first attack. Second attack, 21 hits.
Yup.
7 points of piercing damage.
Bullshit, I'm down.
As you come,
You also have advantage on death saves with Arlen's thing.
Yes.
Just FYI.
as you come in, he turns around, he comes back with a counterattack with a sword and comes back up on the side, flashes you up, you fall like twisting in the air, land on your face. Oh, that was actually a bonus action. So it's going to person in front of it turn up to Graves and attack him.
Yep.
Uh, 14. Nope.
Misses. He parries with his shield.
20 for the second attack.
He cast shield.
Didn't you? You haven't used your reaction yet, huh?
Nope.
Excellent.
So that makes my AC at 24 until the end of this, until my turn.
All right. Ball shoot. He was about to do extra damage because he was enlarged.
Yep, I know. Sucks to suck.
Wow. Let me check something real quick.
Just a question. Where's Arlen?
Arlen is right here.
We're within your aura of vitality, correct?
Yeah. This is 60 feet. Just imagine it going all the way around.
Perfect. Just make sure.
Alrighty. Forgotten one.
Oh, it's not an aura. Like, once I put it on you, it's on you, like bless.
Well, okay. My bad. Understood.
Is this? Wait.
Roll me a d4.
Who, me?
No, forgotten one.
All right.
He's gonna attack someone random.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say 2, but also, is it the first turn since haste was dropped? 'Cause
Oh,
if
yeah,
so,
he doesn't have a turn.
Oh, yeah. He's stunned.
lethargy and all.
Yeah, that sucks.
Is he collapsed or he
I
just
mean,
standing there stunned? Got it.
Standing there,
All right.
no prone.
He doesn't collapse. He just can't
Alright.
do anything.
It's good for you, honestly.
Graves!
Like, it's...
Yeah, because so TFO just got skipped, correct?
Yeah, he just got skipped.
Okay, just making sure. And then now there's this. What does he look like? A dwarf? Is that what you said?
One is enlarged that just came grew twice the size of himself, or doubled the size.
Does he look undead or not undead?
They do not appear to be undead.
Okay, just checking. He is going to reach down onto Remy because Remy is right next to him. It's within the aura of vitality. Remy, you're going to regain 29 HP as he casts a 3rd level healing cure wounds on you.
Well, that's nice. That's a nice thing to come back to.
Hell yeah.
Give me a con save.
Yo.
Yeah. I know. How many levels of exhaustion am I gonna take for a nat 1?
2 levels of exhaustion.
Yikes. Yay. Yeah, that's my turn though.
Doros.
Yeah, that's it.
I am going to look for the dragon and hold my Eldritch Blast for when I see the dragon.
Got it. Solanas.
Seeing Remy go down, but everyone kind of beat up a little bit, I'm gonna cast Mass Healing Word on everyone who's not flying an obscene amount in the air.
Okay.
So everyone gets 8.
That doubled?
No, that's the max there. So
Oh, it's a mass on healing word?
yeah.
Even though he
Mass
has
healing
Beacon
word.
of Hope?
That just makes you do
Beacon
max.
of Hope is just max.
Oh, yeah, okay, got it. I thought it was doubled. All right.
Yeah, that's why I said it was just 29 HP to Remy.
But everyone,
everyone gets
around gets
How much is it?
8.
Nice. Thank you, Solanas.
Not much, but everyone.
Listen, healing is healing.
Yeah.
That's 8 damage we could have been maybe knocked out in.
Hey,
Good
how
job.
much damage did you do to the dragon to begin with?
I did 10 total. That's with even with its resistance to radiant. Now we know it has radiant resistance.
I
And
forgot.
Graves would have said that out, by the way.
Oh. So that was my bonus action. For my action, the
You said 12?
one that. Oh, sorry.
12 damage. Graves. What was the total?
10 with its resistance.
One that Remy was attacking, I'll, as my action, cast Toll the Dead on it, since it's a cantrip.
All right.
Wisdom 15.
Toll the Dead. One that Remy was attacking. Wisdom. Oh, wait. Psychic damage?
No, it'll be necrotic.
It don't matter. It rolled an 8, so.
Okay. It takes 10 plus 5, 15 necrotic damage.
15 as it's grabbing his head.
Like.
The dragon is?
No.
No.
The dwarf.
The
The one
jerk.
the one that downed Remy.
Right.
There you go.
That's the end of my turn.
All right.
Go.
Ending your turn. The Starling Dragon's turning around, coming down, and swooping down. I'll need whoever's holding actions. You can do whatever you're doing.
Nice.
I'm going to Doros, Solanas, Sebastian, and Arlen to give me debt saves.
Before I do that, does a 22 hit? And
That
does
hits.
A 20 and 28 will hit too then.
Oh, let me see, Ashley. Yes, it does.
So it takes 15 necrotic and 12 force.
Does a 17 hit it?
17 just hits.
Okay. In that case,
How much total, Doros? What's the total damage? 17.
The force was 12, and the necrotic was 17. I think.
And Sebastian, how much did you do?
13 fire damage. Does it look like it did the full amount, or can
What you
tell?
can tell, yeah, you're high up. You almost get hit by this thing
As it streaks down.
as it strays down. You're at what, 75 feet off the ground?
Yeah.
You're a lot closer than you want to be, but as it comes through with his ray, who rolled under a?
Oh, sorry. I need to roll still. Right, you said me.
Yeah, I need debt save from Doros, Solanas, Sebastian, and Arlen.
I failed.
Rolled a 19.
Rolled a 17.
I got a 15.
So
Oh, wait, I get blessed on top of that. Never mind. Hold on. I got a 15 plus 4, 19.
okay.
Yeah, Joros,
Thanks for
you're
that
also
blaze you
blessed.
save.
Oof.
I got
Doris,
7.
all right. So it's 27 points of damage, half to anybody that saved, which the saving throw was 16. So 27
Nice.
points of damage. Huh? So 14 points of damage if you saved.
I'm gonna.
Is it still 120 feet when it swoops down? It's not getting any closer.
It swoops down, now it's going up. And
When it hits me, how close was it? 120 feet.
120 feet for you. Yeah.
Question. Did anybody fail?
Yeah, 2 people did. Oh, actually, no. Sebastian had a bless, so he saved.
Okay, so who passes and who has high dex? By question.
I passed, and I also have high dex.
He is going
I
to
passed
silvery
and
barb
I
Sebastian to give.
Didn't you
Doros
use your reaction
advantage.
already?
Sebastian. No, I did not. That was last turn. So because my turn already passed, my reaction is reset.
Okay.
The DC is really high though. It's like 19.
Is it 19?
No, it's
Never mind.
16.
Oh, then yeah, he is going to redo Sebastian
you
and give
said
Doros
it.
advantage.
No,
You said at 19. I just barely got it though.
Huh? That was
really?
No, that was the other monster.
Plus, Sebastian hasn't been hit yet.
I know. I
so
said,
he's okay with that.
thankfully you have bliss because you saved. That's what I said.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. All right, so I re-roll.
So you're giving me.
Yes, you
advantage
re-roll and
Sebastian
Doros
doesn't.
advantage. Re-roll again. So both of you guys re-roll.
Okay,
Can I use
that.
my advantage after I've rolled?
You can use
Do
your
I-
advantage now. He's doing it at the
Do-
same time.
Do I get bless on the re-roll?
Yes, you do.
Would.
Sorry.
That's
hate
a
Cyril.
23.
I succeeded now. I got a nat 20.
Did you also succeed, JR?
Yeah.
Congrats.
With disadvantage?
Yeah,
No.
I got it. I my lower one was the first one I told you. I rolled higher the second time.
All right.
Hey,
Um,
everybody passed.
So
I am also using one of my advantages for my concentration saving throw, by the way.
Oh, from the Twitch.
Yeah, if you're concentrating, I need a con save.
It worked out.
I got-
Sorry,
Nat
Sebastian.
20.
All right. Are you ready to say it? It was, what did I say?
18.
14.
14 points of damage.
So I'm gonna use an absorb elements to half that to 7 if that's okay. And if you want, you can trigger my tides of chaos or not. Totally up to you.
Yeah, I feel like you should. Too much stuff going on right now. You're probably not in the right headspace. It's going to trigger.
All right.
I've got you pulled up.
Jugan, I rolled a 18 for my con save as well.
Yeah, you're fine.
That is a 39.
You regain 2d10 hit points.
Nice.
I mean, I only have temporary hit points because I wasted my spell now.
Yeah.
So that does nothing.
So it does nothing. All right.
It wasn't bad though. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
At least I
Glad the
didn't.
silvery barbs didn't fuck Sebastian up. I'm really happy about that.
At least you didn't turn into a potted plant and immediately fall.
Yeah,
What?
that would have
Oh,
that
Excuse
would
me?
have been really bad.
One of them is you turned to a potted plant for a minute.
Is it a cactus? Because I like cactus. I'll take care of it.
I mean, it's just a potted plant.
So I can make it a cactus. Understood.
All right. It's her turn. She pulls out her staff. As you can see, it's
Uh-oh.
kind of like blue and it's almost kind of like a bluish blade on the end. Points at it. He uses the staff. Kills this one right here that was in front of Remy. As this bolt goes right through the chest out the other side.
Oh,
Or like it's more of a missile.
I did forget to ask the dragon. Is it also immune to being frightened?
Well, are you trying to see if your frightened affects
Yeah.
it?
I assume if it's the same material.
No,
it's also-
it didn't.
Yep, that's fine.
Alrighty.
It would be nice to keep it from sweeping back at us, though.
Yeah, right. Good try though.
Sebastian.
All right. This time I want to ask a quick question. From where I'm at, is when it sweeps down, is it coming within 60 feet of me?
How high are you again? 75?
I'm 75 feet right now.
65? Yeah, it is.
Within 60 feet.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so I want to hold an action to cast Shadow Blade at 3rd level and attack while rushing in to wherever it comes down. So like whenever I see it get within 60 feet, bonus action Shadow Blade, move 60 feet and hit it for like, yeah. Does that make sense? Did I say that right?
So
Yeah,
you're
you said it right.
you're casting Shadow Blade. You're concentrating on it.
If it comes within 60 feet, I'll cast the Shadow Blade.
So you're
And
holding
attack.
action. So when it comes in within 60 feet, okay.
Well, I mean,
Just
I'll
keep in
move
mind
on-
the level spell. You're still preparing it. If you don't do it, you're still going to lose the spell slot. Just keep that in mind.
Okay.
It's concentration, so you could just say you're casting it and then holding your action.
Yeah,
to
that's what I'm
throw the
saying.
blade.
It's concentration, so you can just
Plus,
cast it.
when you cast Shadow Blade, you can also attack with it when you do. So
Yeah, you
it
can
is
cast
allowed.
it and hold
Well,
an
it's-
action.
It's a bonus action to cast it, and it's an action to attack. So
Yeah.
your bonus action would be to cast it. Your
Yeah.
action, your held action is attack when it gets within
Yeah.
range.
Doros is amazing. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm moving 60 feet.
You
to get
can't.
to it.
You can't have a held action of movement and.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's within 60 feet. That's that's what you asked.
You already are within 60 feet.
When it
it's
comes
just
down
you're
lower.
good.
Okay, no, I mean I have to be. I was trying to get closer to it.
Yeah, because
Also,
does
Shadow
it-
Blade, can't you throw it and then still like drag it back?
dagger. It's
You
a
can-
dagger, so it's 20-60. So he'd have
You can,
disadvantage.
yeah, I would have disadvantage if I threw it from 60 feet, and we're not in dim light, so I don't get the advantage to cancel that out.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
So it probably wouldn't be worth holding a.
I mean, you still have your
spell
movement. You can
until-
do it beforehand. So move, then do
Well,
it.
Does it seem to be like strafing down in the same area? Question. I mean, like this is just for like everybody at this point, because I can
I mean-
telepathically speak to Jay or Sebastian if I need to.
I mean,
Or
not.
does
I mean, it's the same area, but the lines are not exact.
exact?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you allow me to hold an action to move, even though that's not raw? Or
I thought if you move first, then do it.
Well,
yeah,
can't
I
you
mean,
throw Shadow Blade?
Yeah, but
He doesn't want if it's a 20-60, it's a dagger. He doesn't.
Well,
want
I
the
mean, it
disadvantage.
already has disadvantage anyway, so it doesn't matter anyway. To be honest, because of the weather. Remember?
Not
no
not
matter
attacking. No,
No,
your
we
perception.
don't have disadvantage
Oh, it's
on our
not
attack.
It's your perceptions. You have disadvantage.
Okay.
well,
Yeah. I see what
would you allow me to hold my movement, Jugan, in this case, even though it's not raw?
No, give me a perception check with disadvantage. This is freebie. I'll try to see if I can give you free information.
All right, and do I get to add bless to that?
No, it's not a save.
Okay. That would be a 5.
Never mind.
My perception is -1, so.
So what would you like to do?
In that case, instead of doing that, I am going to hold an action for Mind Sliver whenever it gets within 60 feet of me.
Mind Sliver, got it. Arlen. No, the one enlarged creature down.
Well, spiritual weapons right there.
Yep.
So I'll
Conveniently
swing with
walked
that
right
as
up
a-
under it.
Yeah. So I'll swing with that as a bonus action. Ooh.
That misses. As
Hold on,
it
I get to roll a d4. 16.
still misses. As it
Okay.
moves there, it looks up and sees this magic weapon, and throws his shield up and it cleans off the shield.
Then I will cast Guiding Bolt at 2nd level at it.
Guiding bolt, got it. Jeez. 24 hits. That's nice.
Nice.
28.
The fuck is the 4?
Oh, that sucks.
Bless.
14 radiant damage.
Oh, Arlen, no.
I know I rolled 2 1s and 2.
I see that. That's the only thing I can see. The 2 1s and a 3. Oh no.
Nice. As he's kind of distracted blocking the spiritual weapon, and as this guiding bolt comes, this is the one you're tethered to it, right? Oh, that's Witch Bolt I'm thinking about.
Guiding bolt is the one
yeah.
that gives advantage on the
Never
next
mind.
attack.
I'm thinking about Witch Bolt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, next attack next attack against it has advantage.
All right, Remy, you're on the ground.
Well, in this case, I'm going to use all of my movement to get up.
It's always just half your movement. It's just half.
Yeah.
Half.
Half of
Half and half.
is still, yeah. Well, that's not much. He's still within 5 feet.
You stand up right next to him, so nothing really changed where your location was.
Oh, didn't mean to do that.
Just making sure. You're gonna swing at him. 24.
24 hits.
Do I have people within 5 feet of him now?
Yes.
Cool beans.
Graves is the only one near him.
13 for the initial damage. Sneak attack will be an extra 9.
Oh, nice.
And then she's gonna go in with her offhand. And that'll be 19 to hit
Yep, that hits.
with an additional 6 points of damage.
How do you want to kill him?
She's pissed off in her rage, so she's just gonna go straight for the throat.
Large. So use your imagination. How you jumping up there to hit the throat? Use your imagination.
She's jumping because she's mad.
All right, I'll do it for you. You come in with the rapier, hit him in the knee. It makes him drop to one knee. You jump off his knee, do a twirling salt, slice his throat, and you kill it.
I was just trying to keep it basic because 2 levels of exhaustion.
Hey, we're a show. We trying to entertain.
Remy's tired. You can just
They're
like,
really
Yeah.
winded afterwards.
Yeah, probably winded.
And that's all she's got.
It looked really cool though.
What? All right,
Super
forgot
dumb.
one. Graves, Doros, Solanus. What are y'all doing for your turns?
Polar bear things.
Oh yeah, good point. You're a polar bear, so you're no longer stunned. So give me a D4.
2.
You see Arland, and you want to go attack him. What's your movement?
Arlen sure looks like a good.
30? I'm not hasted anymore.
What's the
yeah.
polar bear feat? Or
Oh, polar bear.
movement?
Yeah, no,
Get
it's
right
30
up
still.
on him.
Okay.
Roll an attack.
No.
It's 2 claws then. Oh, I'm rolling good, which is not good for you. 22 and then higher than a 22.
Yeah, they obviously both hit.
Yeah. Okay. I have a feeling.
AC's a 15.
Call emotion. Call emotion.
Oh, shit.
You have it prepared.
I do.
Well, it's not a reaction though, sadly.
17, 27
So concentrate.
slashing damage from both attacks.
Oh.
And that's all the
I'm gonna have to
polar bear
roll. Saved on that one. Saved on that one. I'm still up.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, Graves. What would you like to do?
Can you point to me? I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little tipsy and I can't really see who's me. Okay. So I like to hold my action, and in case that the breath attack does come our way, I would like to slam my staff down and cast a wall of ice, which will create a dome around us to protect us from the attack. So me and Remy.
Hey, Arlen, we
Okay.
concentrating.
That's what I would like.
Beacon of Hope.
All right.
Alrighty. Doros.
As a bonus action, since I'm in Beacon of Hope, who looks the most hurt around me with a passive perception of 26?
You can't do 2 spells.
Well, you can't do 2 spells in one turn, but you can hold an action. I can
No,
still do a bonus
that
action.
still count. No, you're holding that action. It's still going to be a spell.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I didn't mean to.
I'm going to recast Form of Dread.
Recast it.
Oh.
Yeah, I can cast it 3 times, and it'll last a minute, but it gives me 10 hit points.
But you're already in it though.
Yeah, I'm just gonna recast it though as a bonus action.
You're gonna drop
What
it
is
and
that?
recast it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Warlock things.
Warlock things.
I'm sorry. Isn't Former Dread like the Asmar trait?
No,
No,
Undead
it's
Warlock
a
stuff.
warlock
Undead
thing.
Warlock.
Oh, okay. My bad.
And then I'm gonna Eldritch Blast it when it gets close.
Okay. Solanus.
I'm gonna move up a little bit, like closer to where you are, just like
Coming to me.
15 feet, just so I can kind of create more space between all of us, so we're not like all just clumped together or in a line or whatever.
You're standing beside the spiritual weapon.
Perfect.
Okay, so I see Solanus move up. Can I speak to him to come closer, like within 5 feet? Since he's coming up to me.
Sure.
Because yeah, I would come closer. Just because if I put the dome up, I can only put up to 10 feet out.
Okay. Would I, in the heat of the moment, I will then get closer to him, and I will also cast as a bonus action Healing Word on Arlen. Second level.
Thank you.
So you get 16 with Beacon of Hope still up, right? It's still up.
Thank you. Yeah, it's still up.
All right.
That's the end of my turn.
In your turn. Dragon
Alright,
does
Solanus,
not come
sharp
back.
attack.
Oh, thank God. So, running away. We scared it off.
It's going to the next town.
I hope not.
Lied twice
Villain.
dice.
That suck. Just like, okay, next town.
I will give you this. It did not crash back over going the other way that you came.
What? I don't understand.
So it did not come back down from its attack. Because it came back from the other way, right? It did not come back this way. It pretty much kept going.
So does it look like it's going back to where it
What-
came from, or it's
No.
going to a new town?
You did not see it go back to where it came from.
Did we see what direction it went?
Give me a perception check with disadvantage.
That anyone or just
Since I'm closer, do I have any advantages from being a million feet up in the air?
Ooh, 15.
14.
Sebastian, I'll give you advantage.
Oh, advantage?
I'll
Well,
get-
advantage makes that an 8
Uh,
instead of
I'll-
a 1.
I'll make it since it's disadvantage. I would give you a straight roll since it's not disadvantage. Straight roll.
Should I roll it again, or should I just?
Yeah,
take the
just
higher
do
of
it.
the
No
two?
roll. Straight roll.
All right.
Because I don't know what you've done.
5.
Oh no.
17.
Some reason them down below could faintly see it flying away from them to the west. Or I mean, sorry, to the north.
Damn.
Going to the
Guys,
north.
I totally had the coolest plan, and I didn't get to use it.
So anybody
I'm
was
so
holding any
upset.
kind of spells or anything for your action, because it does not come back in range. But you still do
Yeah.
have a bear.
A bit.
So by the way, Sebastian, check your what the hell is the Zoom messages before you
Yeah. So I just want to tell you guys my brilliant plan really quick, since I didn't get to use it. I was gonna use Mind Sliver to give it a minus D4 on its whatever saving throw, and then the next time I was gonna fly up higher than 120 feet and Dissonant Whispers it with silvery barbs to give it disadvantage with a minus D4 to try to force it to fly down onto the ground where you guys were, and then
He's
you guys were-
casting Dragon Rend is what he's doing.
Basically, that was my plan, but I didn't get to use it because it flew away.
Anyone who understands that
Anyway,
reference, you're a
Sebastian, what are you doing?
I am gonna just move 60 feet back down
60.
and closer to the ground. And am I within 60 feet of our bear?
Where is he anyway? Oh, he's taking you off your long tower. This music makes me feel like I'm in a Pokemon battle.
That's 60 feet down. Or are you 60 feet off the ground, or you want to go 60 feet down?
I want to know
How far
if I
off the
can
ground
get
you want to be? That helps me out easier.
I'm trying to find out if I can get within 60 feet of our werebear.
You're 60 feet off the ground right now. If you want to move on top of him, you'd be 60 feet.
Okay, sure. Or no, I want to move. I don't
Put him
want
15
move.
feet off the ground because he was 75 feet up. If he moves 60 feet down.
Yeah. So put me 15 feet off the ground, but I'm still within 60 feet of the werebear in that case. No, I don't want to be directly above him. So I would want to be where I was, but 15 feet off the ground.
Got you.
Stuff I do for you. There you go. You're 15 feet off the ground.
I mean, I don't want to be that. I'd be a little bit further over away from him if that was the case, right?
So high maintenance. Where do you want to be at?
About right, about right there is fine.
All right, gosh.
So, 2 questions. If we heal him back up above his hit points, does that make him stop being angry, or does that have no effect?
Find out.
Gotta find out.
All right, Sebastian will.
We're going. Give me a wisdom save. I forgot to do it on your turn.
Okay. 13. Should I have done 2? Because I've had 2 turns since then.
Well, 1 you were stunned, so
Yeah, I guess so. 13 though. So
You have advantage on wisdom saves
no, he doesn't.
because
It's
of Beacon
because of
Hope.
Vitality.
Oh.
Because of Beacon of Hope.
that is
Alright.
true.
Roll it again.
Does he have Bless or is he not one of the ones that have Bless?
19.
He's not black.
He does not. Okay.
All right, I'll do this. If finally roll high enough. After you get done your attacks, because I make you do it at the end of your turn, you get your senses, pass out. So never mind.
He passed
Oh
out.
my god.
Yeah, he reverted back to his form and
fuck.
passed out,
Okay, question.
or fainted. I want to say passed out, but fainted.
This all could have been stopped if I just used
More
stone
like of
windows.
exhaustion. So
Okay.
Sebastian will healing word.
actually, yeah, I'll do that instead. You fall over. You're not passed out, but you take a little exhaustion.
Better than nothing.
I'm fine with this.
Uh-oh.
How much do you get from the healing word?
That'll be 8 if it's max.
Nice.
It is.
And then I need to roll for a surge.
That'd be 13 HP, Solanus. I'm not Solanus, TFO.
Yeah, I was at full health. Cool. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I did not surge.
As TFO falls over, takes a little exhaustion from being transformed. How are we feeling since it's been 2 weeks? You want to keep going?
I'm straight to keep going.
I mean, it's 12:30
If
here.
we try to do anything, I think it's going to get late. If we
Okay.
try to do another fight or anything.
Yeah.
So
No,
I was trying to see if we needed to take a break or not. So basically, we'll just power through the rest of the 10 minutes. So
Gotcha.
what would y'all like to do?
Is the dragon still
Um,
attacking?
Dragon's gone. Continue
Oh.
north.
Sebastian will drop down to the ground and he'll look around and be like, "What the hell was that thing?"
Dragon.
I have no idea. I think he's talking about the big creature that just attacked us. With the dwarf, is a dwarf, right? Is that what you said? The creature that came out of the gigantic mech,
Durgar.
basically.
They appear to be dark-looking
A
dwarves.
Draugr?
Durgar.
Dorgar. Can he I guess I make an investigation check against it, on it, see if he has anything on him, anything.
Go ahead.
I got you.
I am also popping one of those greater healing potions.
Hang on 1 second. That will be a 16.
Why'd you roll a 1?
Bless. It still counts as ability checks.
No, I thought it was saving throws and attack.
Saving throws.
I was only saving throws, then 15.
You find a short sword and a javelin on him.
Okay.
Nothing.
But no like papers, nothing else other side from like just like the short sword and javelin. Okay. He'll take the short sword and javelin. So what now? Do we keep following after it? Does it look like it went back the direction we came, or does it look like it went off towards
It went
the town?
north.
It went
It
north.
went north,
It went north,
which
Which
is
towards another town.
well, then I assume we go after it. But
This town doesn't look like it's doing so well.
This town is
You're
pretty
right.
much, as y'all looking around this town, buildings on fire, people's collapsed. You can pretty much. Where'd my thing go? Okay, here we go. You can tell that you probably got here towards the end of its attacking of this town, because it destroyed half of the town's structures, most of the dots. The White Lady Inn is partially collapsed.
We didn't like that place anyway.
Jesus.
Did it
Um,
look like people got out? Like
The town hall and
people-
East Haven Ferry are spared.
Question for you. If I were to, could I adjust Ice Storm to just make it a rain to knock out the fire? If I wanted to, because I don't want to hurt.
I mean,
anybody.
as you're
That's
talking
why-
about this, because you still have a storm going on, it's already slowly putting down fires as it is because it's a snowstorm.
even though, like, I don't know if there's any more people that could be saved if I put out the fire. Is it okay?
Most of
if
the
I would-
people is either dead or fleeing towards Bryn Shander in that direction.
Okay.
You actually hear a couple people say, "Get the Bryn Shander! They have the best defenses."
Graves will take the time to look through the rubble, even the burning areas, to see if there's anybody he can save.
I will.
Give me an
help him.
investigation check.
Can I help him with that as well?
Yeah, I will say this with disadvantage because so much destruction and rubble.
With him helping me, is it a flat roll?
I will
Just the
say a
one is
flat
the-
roll.
Yeah,
Okay.
'cause I want to help him find people.
Ooh, good. 22.
I'll be
find
casting
bodies.
Spare the dying on anyone.
Found body parts.
He will
Ash.
pull any bodies, like full bodies, or even if it's missing a limb or something, he'll pull out the full bodies to bury them, at least, at the
Okay.
very least.
Well, we don't have time. The dragon's
So-
over there.
Guys, yeah, I was gonna say, can
Sebastian,
we should probably get going because we don't want this to happen to another town.
What's the town to the north of here?
Bryn Shander.
Bryn Shander.
No, to the north of you
Yeah.
Oh, to the
is
north.
not Bryn Shander.
As he pulls out two bodies and he looks at you guys saying that, he says, "We can't just pick and choose who we save."
Who are you saving right now?
I'm
These
saving the
people are
memory
already
of the
gone,
very least.
Graves. I'm sorry. We can come back.
He grabs Arlen's
this
shoulder,
from
like
happening.
collar. If we wanted to stop this, we should have stopped it at the fucking fort.
We couldn't attack.
After it flew away,
Can you fly?
Did you want to chase after a fucking dragon?
that's what we're doing.
We're following just destruction. By the time we get there, it's already destroyed. Look at this town. We should have just stayed at the fortress and took care of it from its source.
It was gone though. It would have destroyed all
It
the
was
towns.
gone.
overnight.
This dragon
We
was
can't
not there.
stop it. We're just
How do you
wasting
know that?
time
We
here
have to
chasing.
try.
Look at what we've done. We could have taken down the fortress in the time that we took to come here to
Yeah.
destroy some random ass construct.
If we took
At
down the
this point in
fortress, the
time-
construct was still attacked.
Did we even do anything to the dragon? Aside from the attack I've done, we haven't done a damn thing to it, and it's continually to move
I hit it
forward.
multiple times.
Great.
Did you actually?
Yeah, I hit it like
I-
5 or 6 times. I did like 30 or 40 damage to it.
I hit
Okay,
it.
never mind. I didn't actually notice.
I did 4 Eldritch Blast to it. I think I hit it.
Okay, well, aside from the attacks that me and Doros have done, this
I
thing
hit it
doesn't
too.
seem to be stopping. Oh, well, okay. The attacks that we've done, it doesn't seem to be stopping its progress.
Well, then we should go attack it more.
As much as I am a fan for saying "I told you so," we are wasting time by standing here and arguing amongst ourselves. So let's get fucking going to the next goddamn.
What are we
town.
gonna keep doing? Are we gonna keep exhausting ourselves through towns? We can't
What
keep
other
traveling
choices?
chasing.
else are we
We're
going
just
to
gonna
do?
let these. I'm so confused on your reasoning behind this. Because
You are
if we
saying to
don't
people
go
that are
after
here that
it-
I'm trying to save
You're
are just dead.
pulling out bodies from the building.
We can attack the dragon. The survivors here can uncover if anyone's trapped in the rubble. Our skills would be more useful attacking the dragon.
Fine. You want me to say it honestly? We can let them die. We're not.
Is
They're
it-
not
No.
doing anything.
Is
That's the
it-
truth of it. And that's the truth of how everything is. This thing is moving through towns, destroying everything in its wake. All we're doing is chasing after it just in time to notice its destruction. That's
But-
all we've done here.
Wait a minute. Didn't you?
Didn't
say
You used a spell that in the last.
You used augury. Your augury.
that said following the damn thing would cause less deaths? Your words.
I
So-
know.
Nah,
But at this
no,
point, I don't know.
I know. Your words said if we followed this fucking thing and actually went after it instead of going and doing the fortress like I wanted to, we would save more lives by following this fucking thing. So
But who's
guess
to
what
say
we're
that
gonna
we
do?
weren't supposed to stop it here?
Nah.
Your hand pops up. It's like,
But we didn't stop it here.
excuse
so we
me,
need to-
excuse me, excuse me, excuse
is
me.
it fast?
Necromancer, what do you want?
Oh, hi. Long time no see.
Wouldn't a better choice would try to anticipate where it's going and wait for it there than chasing it?
Well, do you have any ideas? For someone who manipulates life and death, you seem to have a lot of fucking opinions right now.
Fine. Do whatever y'all. I'm here to help. Well, fine. Go ahead and do what you want. Just sit back.
Where do you think it's going to go next after Bryn Shander?
What's going north, right? What towns are going north?
I don't know.
What towns are north, Jugan?
I don't know. I was the same.
Y'all locals, y'all know this.
Yeah.
So okay.
I'm not local.
Oh yeah, you're not. But
Drinalville.
I have not seen the map.
so Karen Duvall, Karen Kong.
I
Then
thought we were pretty north. I thought we were.
No,
like,
No.
we're south.
you're in
We're
East
south.
Haven.
Oh,
That's
south.
like in Rubbles
Yeah.
now.
Dinaval.
Genival, yeah.
Cairdeval
Karen
and Karen Koenig.
But those are small towns.
Is she suggesting that we cast augury in order to determine where we can catch it?
No, she's
no,
saying
she
we
was
should go-
determining that I
she's
cast
saying-
augury earlier.
She's saying we should go to Bryn Shander or some other stronghold and wait for it. Basically, sacrifice the town
Anticipate. Yeah.
and not chase it. Basically, let it destroy a town and go to the next town after that. Is what she
To
said.
prepare for its attack, basically.
So instead of waiting for it to come or getting there while it's destroying a town, get there ahead of it.
By the way, I will say for everyone else here, you do notice that he is speaking out of like irrational anger for the death of people that died. He's upset that these people
Starling
died.
gets that, but like,
No, I understand that. I'm just saying that you understand that. Call him emotions.
I was this close to doing it.
I'm gonna be honest with you, it'd be a
We're about to-
waste.
We're about to fight the
It'd be a
dragon
waste.
again, so
It would be a waste. Don't do it.
Pretty alright.
Especially with my high ass wisdom, don't do it.
So, Jugan, is it faster for Sebastian to fly or take the?
yeah, you go take the dragon by yourself. You got this.
I'm just asking, or to take the sled.
the sleds would be.
What's the
moving
speed of your
faster.
flying? And how long's your
62.
flying last?
1 hour.
1 hour.
Bud.
So
I mean, you can
basically,
fly
if he
faster
dashed
than the
from his
cars
turn
for
120
1 hour,
feet-
but then you better make sure you're on the ground. You don't fall out of the air.
So after 1 hour, does that get me to the next town or not?
He's moving 120 feet per turn. So every 6 seconds, he's moving 120 feet. He's dashing for the hour.
assuming.
I would say.
Yeah.
Let me check something. If you want to, you will actually catch. I would say you probably arrive about the same time as the dragon is.
And everyone else would get there what time?
Probably half the time you
Oh,
did.
Yeah,
Probably in time to find your dead body.
probably.
Yeah, basically.
Probably basically. And then your flying would be up before you get there too.
But could he make it to Bryn Shander faster than us to warn them to get them prepared before we come?
Well, he'd be getting there at the same time they attack.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
It would get him
to
probably
Bryn
like
Shander.
halfway
Bryn Shander's
to
up
Bryn
north.
Shander. It'll get him like halfway to Bryn Shander, and then his flying would end. You have to.
Bryn Shander's not being attacked next. There's a different one of the other two towns being attacked.
That's what I'm
next.
saying.
Oh,
He
okay,
has a
okay,
flying
okay.
speed of 1 hour right now.
Uh-huh.
So where it stands right now, his flying, he'll make it to the next town north, but Bryn Shander's so much further away, so he won't make it all the way there for an hour. You get about halfway there, and then he has to walk the rest of the way.
Okay.
Would that still get me there faster than everyone else to warn them, or?
You have to make that call. You're asking for free information I'm not going to give you.
I mean, can I estimate like how much half would be walking, and then kind of guess whether?
Oh,
that
you're
would
trying to
be-
say how much half a walk? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, would that end up making me be slower than just taking the dogs in the first place, or would it? Is there any advantage to doing it? Period is kind of what I'm trying to figure out.
Give me a second. I was just looking at this beforehand too.
The dog's doubled speed. Assuming dog movement speed is 60 feet, you'd be moving 4 times speed for half of it, and then normal speed for the rest. So
0.82. Hold on, I'm actually doing like the calculation.
So 7.5 hours on foot between East Haven to Bryn Shander. You'll fly about half of that. I would say it'd probably take about 3 hours from walking. Whenever you
Right,
finish
you're sorry,
flying.
half by flying.
Yeah, you
Okay.
it's basically cutting your time in half.
So I just did the math, by the way. He can move 81 miles within that hour. Just saying. So I don't know if 81 miles away, if it's within that range, but he could potentially, within an hour of dashing completely the whole way there, he could make 81 miles towards that direction. If he knows where it is, obviously. I don't know how far it is technically, but he can make 81 miles within an hour, dashing at 120 feet per second or per 6 seconds.
All right. If he wants to do that, he's going to, well, it's flying, so it's not really him doing it. So,
I think it's 12 miles.
yeah.
Is it? No. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I don't think you did your math right.
Hold on. It's
Either way,
13
I'm
miles.
selling
13
what I
miles.
said.
Yeah.
13 miles is what it is.
Yeah.
I divided by it with 6.
Yeah, so,
Sorry.
so it still stands. It'll cut your time and travel time in half. You'll still take a couple hours. I will give you a little bit extra, a couple hours to get to Bryn Shander once you finish flying.
Do you guys want me to go to Bryn Shander, or do you guys want me to go to the other city?
We have no time to talk about it. Just go warn them, do what you can.
Which city?
We're going to Bryn Shander. Bryn Shander.
Shenda is where we're heading to next. We'll be right behind you. I promise.
Does anybody want to tell me what the hell is going on and how the hell we got here?
What? Were you
So
not
there was
here
a
the entire
drought,
time?
so-
Oh shit.
We went to the forest.
Fly!
It's Sebastian. Just
Oh,
you need to
shit,
go
I
warn Bryn
forgot.
Shander that this dragon is coming. Just
Fly! Just fly!
Going.
Shut up and let him know there's a dragon coming, please.
Yeah, he takes off. Yeah.
Fly!
Fly.
Fly, you fool! Fly!
Give me a. What's intelligence? Give me an insight
Personality
check.
Switches right at the wrong time.
Oh god, insight. That's gonna suck. Is
You have
Bless still
death
active?
No, I think it's gone from now.
Wait, hold on. Oh, that's not bad. I got a 16.
Not bad.
Way better than I was.
How high are you
expecting.
flying?
I'm not flying very high. I'm staying fairly close to the ground in
Okay.
order to.
Well,
just kind of,
thankfully,
like,
you're able to judge and feel like it's been an hour to start coming down from flying, so you don't fall on your face.
maybe like I'd like do like a somersault or something and land and skip. 'cause
Sure.
I'm, like,
You land and roll and keep running.
Should I do an acrobatics or athletics check to see if I
I mean,
land?
now,
Okay.
You
just
really want to use that
I
expertise in
want to
athletics, don't
use
you?
athletics.
fine, roll it, roll it, roll it,
Why do you do it?
roll it. Roll your acrobatics
I
check.
rolled a natural 1.
Jesus Christ.
10 total, though. That's pretty
Now
good.
give me a dexterity saving throw since you really wanted to roll it.
Oh,
God damn it. Can't you
JR.
pick some athletics checks in this goddamn game?
I'm more. That's all you gotta do.
19.
By the way, is
You
is
take
DFO
5 points
still
of bludgeoning
unconscious?
damage because you land really hard when you're trying to do this
Never passed
really
out.
cool roll and you lean your knee up a little bit.
TFO just
Alright.
collapsed and I got put in his
Oh, he didn't knock out. Okay.
Yeah, I changed it
Yeah,
for
he
point of
just collapsed
exhaustion.
and got a point of exhaustion.
Okay, cool. Fuck, that means Remy has 2 and he has 1.
Yeah, that's fine.
Also,
It's
as,
only-
as JR dashes off, is everyone alright to keep moving?
More than-
we have our cards. Can't we just get on the cards and write them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what
We
Yeah,
got the
keep
slides,
moving.
just
I'm
need to
fine.
go.
All right,
I'll go
he's
for
hopping on his
Solanas,
cart. Remy, Solanas, let's go.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Where y'all headed to?
Brinchander.
Brinchander.
Those of us that aren't driving, can we take a short rest in the back of our cart?
Yeah, whoever's not driving can take a short rest, yes.
Graves will drive for Solanas and Remy.
I
So they
will
can take a
also
short
drive
rest.
again.
I was like,
take-
Even though with a level of
anything.
exhaustion?
It's only a skill check and I have a +8. No, +4 to animal handling. It's not that terrible.
I will roll mine right now.
Roll me element check with disadvantage.
I will also guidance TFO.
Is so bless is just attack rolls, right? Not saving check,
It's an
like or
11.
checks or anything like that.
Yeah. Ble-
Guidance gives you plus
Guidance is
and I would
just
say
on
Bless
checks.
is probably faded by now. It's only a minute, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm giving you
Just checking.
guidance now.
Bless is
And that's
attack and
ability
saving
checks.
throws.
So guidance is what? Sorry,
D4
I have
ability
guidance.
checks.
A D4.
just checking. Okay, I had a total of 15.
11.
My and mine chinks and mine
With guidance,
with guidance.
TFO? No, TFO.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh, is that D4 or is it just 4?
Yeah, D4.
It's a
Okay.
D4.
So the whole last.
+3, 14.
Yeah, when I brought you back, I'll put crits out there.
I'm sorry, I'm a little tipsy, guys. I love you guys, but just if I'm distracted, let me know.
As y'all head off. Oh, what would you roll?
rolled a-
15 total.
Forgot one?
14.
Yeah, fine. It's nothing too crazy. As y'all head off, headed to Brinchander, you're moving much faster than these refugees. I want to call them refugees, escaping East Haven, running past them. As you get closer, you see more refugees coming in from the south.
I will say, sorry, if there is a child, because we have 4 slots on the board, on each cart. I only have Solanas and Remy. I will take a child with me if there is a child moving along with them. If the mother is willing to let go of her child to protect it from the cold, I will willingly add a child onto the board to take us to
Give me
take
a
it to
persuasion
Brinchander.
check
I will roll a persuasion check
with advantage.
with advantage. Hold on. They're 2 15s for a 21.
Well, you see a couple families. Some have multiple children.
Can I
You
take
s-
2 kids for the size of 1 adult?
Sure.
I will take 2 kids with me on the exchange of an adult if the parents are willing to let their kids go with me.
Where should we be?
Brinchander. We'll be in Brinchander, I promise.
The town hall?
Yes, exactly. And we're gonna, as soon as they put the kids on, we're heading.
Keep them safe for us, please.
I'll do my best and continue off. Sorry, I want to protect as many.
As
of
you get
the
closer to
village as possible.
Brinchander, like I said, you also see refugees coming from the south.
He's dashing past them, unfortunately.
Southwest. Or like a southwest.
Unfortunately, he will ignore any other refugees after getting the 2.
I'm
kids
just
on
letting y'all
board.
know you also see refugees coming from a different location.
Yeah, I
Can
guess
I
you.
just ask a quick question, even though
Good
I'm not
meat
there?
in Jugan's hole.
Jay, I have a
would,
question.
Would it be smarter to tell them to go south?
Then they'd be in the cold, and it's winter, and there's storms coming, and
Because
there's no shelter.
they're like running into a.
JR's gone. He's
in,
like
in theory,
yeah.
either we stop the dragon, or it's going to destroy all
Supermaning.
10 towns, and everyone freezes to death. So
I mean,
probably the better thing is go past for Enchanter.
or Sebastian, as you get to the gates, you see people coming in from every which direction. You see at the it's the wrong town. Speaker Duvessa Shane. She's trying to get people inside the walls. Sebastian! You were supposed to stop this from happening. What's going on?
well, dragons move faster than people, unfortunately. The minute that we got there, it was already on its way.
Ducking.
Unfortunately, it's also on its way directly here right now.
Directly here?
You're gonna need to pull everything you've got to fortify the walls.
We're already doing that.
Then I
Summon
guess
every
I-
able body that can command a weapon.
We need a ranged weapon specifically. It never gets close enough to the ground for anything else.
Or do you have any spellcasters that have Earthbind?
You're
What
not
is
there.
Earthbind? Can I
So-
make an Arcana check to see if I even know what Earthbind is?
Where's the rest of the party?
They'll be following shortly. I took a shortcut.
Help us get everybody in town, because Dugan's Hole and Good Mead has been completely obliterated.
Dugan's hole has been obliterated.
It's Dugan's.
Bet it
Dugan. I guess it's
has,
Dugan's.
Navy man.
Dugan's Hole.
Nah, it's okay. Jugan's Hole's been annihilated. I hope it was a good night.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Whatever. It's been
Yes,
flattened. No survivors.
Sorry for
I
your
mean,
loss.
some of these refugees coming from there was able to get out, but it's completely destroyed. So is Good Mead. Where are you coming from?
We just came from East Haven. It's not looking good there either, but there's still some survivors.
As
Yeah.
you're having a discussion, the first arrivals are starting to come. Guys, like as you're having discussions, some of the refugees come up. Started about 8 hours ago when they got here, when it got there, and started destroying it.
We haven't been able to do much to it so far. We're gonna need every archer you've got, every able-bodied person you've got, with a ranged weapon on the wall. Any spellcasters you have as well. Get them up as high as you can immediately.
All right, come in and help us prepare.
All right, Sebastian will go in and help them prepare. And you might want to consider releasing your prisoners because they might not survive the assault.
Oh, the last person we had, stabbed my sheriff and killed him. And he's still on the loose, so keep that in mind.
All right.
With that, slowly, a couple hours later, after you get there, the rest of the party arrives. And that's where we pick up next week. Thank you everybody for watching. Sorry we started a little bit late tonight. But we'll be back hopefully on time next week. And we'll see.
It's time we fight a dragon.
Yeah.
See what happens. See if they make the correct decisions.
Hopefully,
Yeah, I mean-
TFO won't turn into a bear again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like bears, so
I like bears too, and he didn't attack anybody this time, so it's good news. You know.
I mean,
Heck,
so,
Merlin.
I had triggers for when he has to make saves, so
yeah.
unfortunately.
Listen, werebears are cool. Werebears are cool.
Hopefully Remy won't get knocked dead again.
Hopefully, you know, JR doesn't Sebastian doesn't get absolutely annihilated by a dragon before we get there. Yeah.
I mean, that's okay. I mean,
No, it's not. I'm gonna miss you, brother.
he's got mirror image. It's basically.
Oh, true.
Anyway, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. If you're watching on YouTube, please come join us on Twitch. If you want to affect the game live, we have rewards. You can give people roles and stuff. I don't think we had any tonight, so at least I didn't see any. Nobody's told me anything. Somebody get a D6 to TFO, actually. That was 8 minutes ago, so you get a D6. Thank you, 8.
I
You want to make sure you could be you know, TFO. Not
And
bear.
then Weasel gave one an hour ago, a D6 to Remy, so I don't know if y'all added those two.
Yeah, I know. I did. And I told them that I appreciated them both on stream
I
and
do
in the
remember
chat.
you said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember you saying.
I
Whatever.
don't either.
Yes,
It's fine.
because they give me-
Remy was on top of it.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody was, because I was in the middle of trying to unearth
Remy
what
is
y'all
always
doing.
on stream. She's always trying to fight somebody in duels, so don't worry about that.
Weasel
Oh.
gives me D6s if I threaten to stab people. So therefore, I always pay attention to
I
it.
didn't hear any threats this session. You get no D6s.
Anyway,
No,
thank you for
I was
watching.
pissed at the construct, so therefore it still counts.
Oh, fair
Anyway,
enough.
thank you for
Yes.
watching. We'll see you next week. We love you very much. And what the lesson we have tonight?
Fight every dragon.
We are not throwing kids at the damn. We're not throwing kids as distractions.
We're not throwing kids
No.
at the as a distraction. That's not happening.
Where did that idea even go from?
I have no
What
idea.
was that the
Twitch
lesson?
Chat.
Who posted in Twitch chat?
JR did.
Odin looks down on you, JR. Odin looks bad at you.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, good night.
Odin.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. We love you very much, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
See you
Bye.
next week. Bye.
Bye.
Did you really think that you could just fix it like that? Coming over here, trying to feed me your version of fact. Just how long did you think that you could fake it? Can't hold on, we already started breaking. I'm not yours, so stop acting like you own me and know me. No, you're never gonna show me. I'm so beyond being hurt and heartbroken. I'm too far gone, I just can't even hold on. No, I know I should have stopped it when I noticed your eyes. Look at how they lie. Your eyes, they lie. Hold it over me, trying to make it seem like it's my fault. I don't think you see, 'cause baby